Maddie, and I am a second grader at St. Thomas School. I like St. Thomas School because of recess. We get fresh air.
Big Rig Barbecue brings a Texas-style barbecue to South Dakota. They use a real wood smoker for all their meats every single day. Big Rig Barbecue serves sliced brisket, pulled pork, chicken, and ribs. They offer pre-orders for smaller events and gatherings and cater for large events including parties, meetings, and graduations. Big Rig Barbecue's new sit-down location is on the corner of 41st and Minnesota. Their website, BigRigBBQ.net. Big Rig Barbecue is proud to support the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
$40,000 is a lot of money, and Lamb Radio has the chance to raise that, and you can help us. Any donation you make to Lamb Radio through the end of January will be doubled up to $20,000. Help us reach our goal. Call 605-275-4659 or give securely online at lambradio.com.
But what other gift?
Get the Lamb Catholic Radio app and listen anytime, anywhere. Just go to our website, lambradio.com, click on the icon of choice to download the app, and take Lamb Catholic Radio with you wherever you go.
Tune in Sunday mornings at 9:30 on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network and online at lambradio.com for the live broadcast of the Aberdeen Sacred Heart Mass with Father Mark Lichter or Father Barry Rousat. The Sacred Heart Mass broadcast is being brought to you by the Aberdeen Catholic School System, meeting children's spiritual, intellectual, physical, and emotional needs for nearly 125 years.
On the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball is on the air. Today's presentation of the Knights Game Day Show is sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. With the Knights Game Day Show, here's Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
Welcome to O'Gorman High School as we are watching history in the making as the Harrisburg Tigers from Harrisburg, South Dakota are here for the first time in history for boys basketball, and we're bringing you that game right here, right now on Lamb Catholic Radio Network. Hey folks, Michael Promis here alongside Dan Johnson. Brett Byler's here, but he's over there, and Max Carey is back at our studio. O'Gorman coming into tonight's game at 7-7 on the season. Harrisburg then coming into today's game 10-2 on the season and suffering their only 2 losses of the season just recently. In fact, their last 2 games at Yankton, they fell to the Bucks 48-50, and at Pierre, they fell to the Governors 58-74. It was a rough couple of days for the Harrisburg Tigers, but we'll see if they can bounce back as the O'Gorman Knights are trying to finally break above 500 and hopefully stay there for the rest of the season. Mr. Johnson, O'Gorman has looked kind of better and then not so much, and they've looked solid in certain aspects of their game, but it seems like they can't quite totally piece it together to come up with just a well-oiled machine. Oops.
When you have a well-oiled machine, you need to lubricate it. And with that, you know, they're meshing and they're starting to come together. You know, the way they played Roosevelt, they didn't look like a 7-7 team. The way they kind of played, you know, they made a big run, and Roosevelt came back in the third quarter. But you know, the Knights hung out. But you know, here you have Harrisburg. They were number 1. Well, rankings come out later tonight or tomorrow. With 2 losses last week. They're hungry, but they're down. You know, as Coach Roby said, they're injured. They're hurting, and so now is the time for the Knights to kind of take advantage of that. Right. But also Harrisburg is also going to be up because they don't want to lose 3 in a row, and so they're going to be gunning. The first time here, like you said, they come to Sioux Falls to play here at O'Gorman, so they're going to be pumped.
Hey, you're listening to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. And one thing that's really going to play a factor in this game, Dan, obviously there's that home court advantage, kind of that unseen factor, quote unquote. You know, where it's easier to pick up momentum because you're at your place. You've got your fans, you know, as the majority of the people here, and there's usually a little bit more support for your team. But Harrisburg, obviously being very close, and this being such a big deal for Harrisburg boys basketball, is really going to bring a large Harrisburg Tigers crowd, which really could help out Harrisburg in some way. And so when you're looking at that, again, unseen factor of the momentum and, the excitement in the air, Harrisburg's going to get a healthy dose of that, as is O'Gorman.
I would hope Harrisburg would come out, and I'm sure O'Gorman will be here tonight. So, we got about 26 minutes to tip off, so I'm looking for this place to fill up pretty fast and get full, and it's going to be loud.
And that it will. You're listening to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll take a look at our very small, albeit, scoreboard for basketball in the state of South Dakota tonight. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Hello, my name is Andrew Fallon. I am a student at St. Lambert School in Sioux Falls. I like my school because we get to take part in Mass. You are listening to Lamb Catholic Radio.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back into the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Getting ready for tonight's matchup between the boys from Harrisburg and the boys from O'Gorman High School. But there are a couple. Okay, there's one other game going on in the state of South Dakota. Only one? There's one other game going on.
The only game that everybody should be listening to is this one right here.
So it's time for your scoreboard update. Let's take a look at that other game. It's actually AA basketball. It's the Harrisburg girls, ranked number 4, 9-2 on the season at Sioux Falls, Washington, a 4-8 team. Should be a great game. That game is set to tip off at 7 o'clock, and we'll get you those scores when they come through, when or if they come through. As far as sub-varsity basketball goes here at O'Gorman High School versus Harrisburg, it was all OG. The freshman A team tipped off at 4 o'clock and defeated the Tigers 67-50. The sophomore Knights defeated the Tigers 56-42, and the JV team from OG defeating Harrisburg 77-59 earlier today. So that's a look at your scoreboard update here on the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. When we come back, we're going to hear from Harrisburg Tigers head coach Scott Langrock. That's on the way right here on the Lamb.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. They're located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Harrisburg boys basketball coach Scott Langrock. Coach, you're coming off your first loss of the season Tuesday night at Yankton 50-48. Your team had played Yankton before on January 4th, defeating them 75-54 at Harrisburg. Talk about what was the biggest difference Tuesday night in Yankton compared to your victory on January 4th.
I think the biggest difference is just offensively. We just didn't score the basketball as efficient as we did the first time out. I don't think we were awful defensively. In the first quarter, we gave up some points, but in the second and third quarter, I thought we were really good defensively. But I think it just came down to offensively us executing, standing around and trying to create instead of moving without the basketball and settling for a lot of contested shots instead of getting the open look.
As I mentioned in my first question, that was your first loss of the season, Coach. Your boys are right now 10-1, having a tremendous season. You do return from last year's state tournament team 7 of your top 9 players. How much has that experience of those 7 returning players from last year helped the team this year?
Well, I don't think there's any question. That's the biggest part of our early season success is those guys getting that experience and then just raising the expectations of what they want out of this season, not only in the summer and the off season and the preseason, but as we started practice way back in November, December, and played some of those early games of the year. I think those expectations of what it takes and just that chip on your shoulder and the motivation to try to get back to a state tournament has been huge.
Defensively, through 11 games, your boys are only allowing 46.3 points per game. Do you see your team's defense as one of the strengths of your team right now?
I think that's exactly one of our strengths. Everybody thinks that we can score, and we can. We had a lot of guys that can score in a lot of different ways, inside and outside, but some nights those shots aren't going to fall. So you got to be very consistent defensively, and I think the strength of that comes in a couple different areas. I think our guard play was kind of long and athletic in the guard spot, so we're a little bit bigger, and we can allow that pressure kind of dictate the tempo of opponents' offenses. And then we have a nice rim protector in the Zor kid. Does a really nice job protecting the rims. Those guys on the perimeter can play with a little more aggressive play, knowing that if they do get beat, they got somebody there to either block a shot or change shot. Those things are extremely important in what we do, no doubt about it. And then obviously we try to finish those possessions by rebounding the basketball.
Your boys, Coach, play Sioux Falls O'Gorman tonight, a rematch from the first round of the state tournament last year. Obviously, different teams. What stands out to you about this year's Coach Roby's O'Gorman basketball team that you're going to face tonight?
The biggest thing is us playing at O'Gorman for the first time in our school's history, so we're excited about that opportunity and just being around a program that has so much tradition and love and desire for their basketball team, and they play with a lot of pride, and especially at home, they take it real personal, and they're going to make shots, you know that. The biggest thing for me is they're going to compete, you know, a lot of their stuff goes through the Zwergeman kid. Those other guys really compete at a very high level on every possession. If we're not ready to raise our expectations to compete for loose balls and rebounds and contesting shots, we're going to be in for a long night.
What are 2 or 3 things, Coach, you're going to put on the bulletin board that your boys must do tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman to have success?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us right now is 2 things. Offensively, get up and transition and take the easy points if they're there and try to create those easy point opportunities. And if it is in a half-court set, move the basketball, and then also move without the basketball in your hands with a purpose to either receive a screen or set a screen to get a teammate open. Those are 2 big things offensively. Then defensively, we just got to guard and contest and not get lazy, stay in the stance and see the basketball and see your guy, and just all the little fundamentals that make team defenses successful.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time, and good luck tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
That was Brett Byler sitting down with Harrisburg boys head coach Scott Langrock in his 10th year coaching the Tigers and his 13th year coaching, as head coach, I should say, in his high school basketball career. We'll step aside, and when we come back to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we'll hear from O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby. That's on the way right here on The Lamb.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Thad Barnes, financial advisor with the Barnes DeMoore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Andy DeMoore and myself know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Thad and Andy can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Pregnant? One word, many emotions. At Catholic Family Services, our experienced licensed therapists are here to help those experiencing an unplanned pregnancy in a safe, confidential setting at no charge. Our pregnancy counselors understand that every situation is unique and provide options counseling, including information regarding parenting or placing a child for adoption. Whatever you decide, we are committed to helping and supporting you throughout the entire pregnancy. Call 1-800-700-7867. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Brett Byler got to sit down with O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby earlier today to get his thoughts during the Knights of the Roundtable Coaches Show of this Harrisburg team.
I'm now joined by Sioux Falls O'Gorman boys coach Derek Roby. And coach, you had one game last week, which was against city rival Sioux Falls Roosevelt here. Nice atmosphere, winning that game 59-51. And where I thought you guys really won the game was the first half. You're up by 15, and kind of a night and day difference from the Stevens game with the energy and effort you had in the first half. And I mean, you look at the bench play. Zach Nagel came in and gave you guys a great spark, I thought.
You know, I agree with you. You know, we just came out of the gate really hard, really intense, if you will. Defended really well. You know, you look at somebody like Jimmy Lauer. You know, Jimmy's capable of going off, you know, certainly, and it has proven that in the course of the year. I think he's averaging about 15 points a game, and he went scoreless that first half, and that gives you an idea of the number that Jaron Zwagerman did on him defensively. For the most part, they are one and done, and you know, we really played defense with a lot of energy and effort, and it kind of was contagious and carried us in that first half.
And one thing else that was contagious was sharing the ball offensively. We had 7 guys in the first half score, 8 guys scoring the ball game. When you're sharing the ball like that offensively, it feels like that's where O'Gorman's at the best this year.
I think so. You know, we've been really stressing it in the course of the last couple of weeks during practice about doing what we're capable of doing, controlling ourselves offensively. You know, at times, I just don't think we do a very good job of staying within our structure, if you will, and where the shot's going to come from and who's going to get the shot, that type of thing. And in the first half of that game, I thought we really did a better job of staying disciplined enough within our triangle offense, and everybody knew where the shot was going to be taken, and it wasn't so much, hey, my turn, your turn, okay, now it's his turn to shoot. It wasn't so much that, and we're a better basketball team when we're structured.
Coach, as we know in the second half, good teams make runs, and we know Roosevelt was going to make a run, which they did. We held them off. Overall, how did you feel your boys played in the second half of that game?
Well, that's certainly true. You know, especially in inner city game, you know, everybody knows everybody, and you know, they're you know, kind of neighborhood friends, if you will, with bragging rights. You know, you knew that Sioux Falls Roosevelt was going to make a decent run at us, and that was kind of a little concern I had. You know, they got it back within 4, I think, at one time, and you know, we had kind of the deer in the headlight look there a little bit, but you know, we settled in, and again, it came down to you know, hitting a shot and defending. You know, being one and done and getting a rebound, and I thought we did that.
Coach, our game tonight is against number 1 team as of last week. Harrisburg was undefeated 10-0. They did lose 2 games last week to Pierre and Yankton. Talk about this Harrisburg team. What stands out about them, your opponent tonight?
Well, I tell you, Harrisburg's a wounded animal, if you will. Like you said, they just got beat their last 2 games. They were 10-0 to start the season, and kind of been kind of developing into the team everybody's gunning for. And they have a really good team. You know, we beat them we played them, and I guess beat them in the opening round of the state tournament a year ago. And they only had the 2 kids that graduated, so we knew on paper they were going to be pretty good to start the season. And you know, they're very well coached, and certainly they can all shoot it. They're all very athletic, and like I said, we got a team that's kind of you know, like a wounded animal here coming in here, you know, because they've been beat a couple times, and we're going to have to be ready to match their intensity, especially right out of the gate.
What's the biggest improvement you want to see from the Roosevelt game carry over to tonight against Harrisburg?
Well, I'd like to continue to see improvement offensively within our offense structure. You know, again, you know, kind of like I've already talked about, just you know, where's the shot going to be taken from? Who's going to get the shot? How much time's going to be on the shot clock? That type of thing, and run our stuff. I don't want to turn this into a Y basketball game, you know, where it's just run and gun. That's just no fun. And besides, it, you know, pulls my hair out. You know, it just our guys need to stay disciplined offensively and defensively, for that matter, and play a pretty solid game. Hopefully, the crowd will get into it. It's going to be a fun atmosphere. You know, it's on Midco, the game of the week, all that fun stuff. So it's a little unusual because it's on a Monday night, but you know, it's a you know, national, I guess, Catholic school week, and you know, hopefully the kids will be here to celebrate, and we'll have a great crowd, and you know, the crowds here, especially against a team like Harrisburg, because they've never played here before, it'll be kind of fun atmosphere, and hopefully that crowd will bring us some extra energy needed for a victory.
Thank you so much, Coach Roby, for your time, and good luck tonight against Harrisburg.
Thanks, Brett.
That was Brett Byler sitting down with O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby. 216-90 in his career, and this is actually a big game for head coach Derek Roby. Well, potentially, I should say. One more win for Derek Roby would actually tie his win record with legendary head coach, O'Gorman head coach, that is, Mike Begman at 217 wins. Now, Derek Roby already has the best winning percentage of a basketball coach at O'Gorman High School, and he has more state titles for boys basketball than any other coach. So, a win tonight would tie, obviously, that win record with Mike Begman. One more after that would mean that head coach Derek Roby is the winningest boys basketball head coach in program history. Really almost making him an idol, in a sense, in the O'Gorman Basketball Hall of Fame, more or less. I mean, based on the numbers, that's what we'd be looking like. So a big day for O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby, and obviously a monumentous game, being the first time the Harrisburg boys have ever played at O'Gorman High School here. So a lot of big things, a lot of excitement here for tonight's game, and it should be just a tremendous game to watch as O'Gorman comes in 7-7 on the season, Harrisburg 10-2 on the season. And head coach Derek Roby talked a little bit about how Harrisburg is kind of a wounded animal in a sense. And, there's a couple things that happen with a wounded animal. Either they become more aggressive or they become submissive, obviously. Which will happen with the Harrisburg Tigers tonight? That has yet to be seen, but they're looking very good in their warm-ups, so we will see. We can speculate all we want, but we'll just have to kind of see what happens in tonight's game. We've got a few extra minutes here for our night's game day show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. They put some bonus time on the clock, so we will break down this game a little bit more when we come back. Max, our producer, let's hear from our sponsors for 2 minutes. We'll be back with more of the night's game day show right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. They're located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Pregnant? One word, many emotions. At Catholic Family Services, our experienced licensed therapists are here to help those experiencing an unplanned pregnancy in a safe, confidential setting at no charge. Our pregnancy counselors understand that every situation is unique and provide options counseling, including information regarding parenting or placing a child for adoption. Whatever you decide, we are committed to helping and supporting you throughout the entire pregnancy. Call 1-800-700-7867. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back into tonight's Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, for a little bit of bonus coverage, as we've been granted a few extra minutes to get you ready for tonight's O'Gorman boys game versus the Harrisburg Tigers. And like I mentioned earlier, first time the Harrisburg boys have ever played at O'Gorman High School. In fact, this is only the second time these two teams have ever met. The first time they ever met was in state basketball first round last year. The O'Gorman Knights defeated Harrisburg 61-47 to, of course, go on to win the state title, bring that home for O'Gorman High School. So really cool experience, kind of a groundbreaking thing, Mr. Johnson, and we're going to have a great Harrisburg crowd here.
Well, it's Harrisburg. It's in Lincoln County. What's Lincoln County? The fastest growing county in the United States. So with Harrisburg adding schools and the students, which is phenomenal, which is great. A small town of Harrisburg, which isn't a small town, very good. With that, them to come up here, this is wonderful. And to see, the crowd's filling in pretty good. The student body, they're showing up, so it's going to get loud.
Now, you wanted to touch on Harrisburg's recent games, having lost to Yankton and Pierre, their first 2 games of the season. Of course, head coach Derek Roby made the analogy during his interview of being a wounded animal. Your thoughts on that?
Well, like we talked, there's 2 things that happen when you're a wounded animal. When you're a wounded animal, what are the 2 things that come to your mind? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? If you're down, you're down, you're wounded, what's the first thing?
Fight or flight.
Pardon?
Fight or flight.
Yep.
Sorry, that's my psychology background.
I remember psychology. Zeno Van Rudwig, Dakota State.
There you go.
1980. But yeah, you're right. So with them 2 things, they're going to come out. I mean, they're not going to, by any means, they're going to go after it. They're hungry.
Well, you think about it, the Harrisburg team has had a few days to kind of recoup, I mean, their game against Pierre was on the 26th, which was like last Friday, so they've had some time to kind of digest and comprehend what went wrong, what they need to adjust in order to defeat O'Gorman, and I think they're going to come back hungry. I mean, you could make an argument that they're maybe down, hitting a slump in their season, but I don't think that's the case knowing this Harrisburg squad.
And that was in Pierre, if I remember right.
Yes.
So that was a long ride home from Pierre. Pierre, 4 hours, 3.5. A little soul searching, I'm sure, for all the team coming home. So it's like for them to come home late Friday night, and then Saturday, Sunday, here they are playing O'Gorman. O'Gorman's riding this big, high after taking on Roosevelt Thursday night and winning. So it's like it's going to be exciting, and they're hungry. I mean, you come out here, look at these guys, and I remember Harrisburg football last year at Dakota Bowl.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys play football. They're pretty thick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. They're very athletic, and my scout report says they can shoot the ball pretty dang good. Without even looking at their record, they can put it up.
Absolutely, and the 2 players, the shooters on the Harrisburg squad to watch out for, both seniors, Brady Van Holland and Nick Hoyt, number 1 and number 2 respectively. Excuse me, Nick Hoyt's actually a junior. But as far as shooting percentages goes, Nick Hoyt is averaging about 54% shooting overall, and actually, as is Van Holland. Both of them are averaging almost 12 points a game. Actually, excuse me, I correct myself. Van Holland is averaging 12 points a game, 11 for Nick Hoyt. And then the down low guy you really have to watch out for is the senior Ace Zor, who's a fantastic football player, running back, I believe, for Harrisburg this past season. He averages almost just over 9 rebounds a game, 66 points in the paint so far this season. That's at least 6 points down low that Harrisburg is guaranteed with Ace Zor.
I love that name. When I'm reading the scouting report, I'm like, Ace Zor. I love that name, and he's 6'5" senior. Roby mentioned that we in our scout reports they lost 2 seniors. A lot of these guys on the team, they were there last year at St. Tournament. They're polished. Now they're stepping up. They're maturing another year. Now they're stepping up, and so. But it's going to be interesting with Ace and Jern together if they match up. How that's going to be. How each other, how they go against each other. And that's the 2 I'm really looking forward to seeing. You have a 6'5" Zor and a 6'4" O'Gorman, and I think Jaren's got him beat a little bit on thickness.
Yeah, I think a little bit. And I think Okoye's name needs to be mentioned as well to work down low against Ace Zor, but Ace Zor can pop out and shoot the ball, which is why you have to bring in Jaren O'Gorman, obviously.
And I've yet to see Harrisburg play. I'm not sure how quick they are inside and everything with the paint and stuff, but I do know they could shoot. So, with the perimeter or the paint, what's going to be tonight? And look at their record, they can play everything.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And as far as O'Gorman players go, looking at some of their stats, obviously you have Jaren O'Gorman leading the Knights in shooting, averaging about 15.5 points per game, shooting about 45% this season, averaging about 5 rebounds as well, but just behind him is Isaac Struck, averaging about 9 points per game, and then of course there's Okoye down low, averaging almost 5 rebounds a game. And then on the other flip side of that, there's Kenyon Bauer, the shorter guy who usually plays outside, but when he attacks down low, makes a lot of things happen. The leading defensive rebounder for the Knights, and again, averaging about 4.5 rebounds a game and shooting 44%.
And the one we haven't mentioned is 23, the sophomore, Zach Norton.
Yes.
I mean, here you have a sophomore, great young man. I am watched him play all year. He was a great athletic on the football field, and here he is on the basketball. And he goes after it.
Yeah.
Defense. He's kind of like Canyon. He goes after it. He can shoot. He can play defense. He's all around, all multi-purpose utility guys. We call him on the football field. But if he can start lighting up there, he's put a few threes up like the other night. I think he had 2 or 3 threes the other night against Roosevelt. So
those are some players to watch out for in tonight's matchup between the 7-7 O'Gorman Knights and the 10-2 Harrisburg Tigers. You've been listening to tonight's Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. We'll step aside for 1 minute, and when we come back, we're going to have this matchup between the Knights and the Tigers. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
For over 50 years, Catholic Family Services has been helping people throughout the Diocese of Sioux Falls discover hope within themselves, their environment, and the power to grow. The counselors at Catholic Family Services are licensed caring professionals experienced in assisting individuals and families seeking personal wellness and healthy relationships through individual, family, and group counseling. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls. Call 1-800-700-7867 for an appointment.
Hi, I'm Avery. I love Sacred Heart School because I talk to Jesus at church. He welcomes me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, this is O'Gorman Knights basketball. Today's game is brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for East and South Dakota, Financial Benefits Company with John Fritch, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade, the Barnes DeMoore Group, Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, Mini Critters, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Crossroads Book and Music, Hagen Chiropractic Clinic, Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, Fair Trade Incorporated, McGuire Iron, Big Rig Barbecue, Knights of Columbus Field Agents Jason Moores and Heath Dickelman, First Class Dental Care, and Paul Curley, Catholic Financial Advisor with Pathway Investments.
Now, with all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go courtside with Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
We now join the national anthem in progress. As we start things off here at O'Gorman High School for tonight's matchup between the 7-7 O'Gorman Knights and the 10-2 Harrisburg Tigers for their first ever boys basketball game at O'Gorman High School. Hey folks, Michael Promas here alongside Dan Johnson, and welcome to Catholic Schools Week, by the way. There's been a lot of fun things going on throughout all the Catholic schools in the, throughout the country really, but of course here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and throughout the Diocese of Sioux Falls as well. Starting the things off with a basketball game and wrapping things up on Saturday with a Catholic school matchup up at Roncalli High School, in Aberdeen, which of course we'll be covering here on Lamb Catholic Radio. So that has been going on, and tonight is blew out. Great turnout from the student section, great turnout from the fans, and Dan, should be a fantastic game between the Knights and the Harrisburg Tigers.
You know, we've been talking about the pregame show, and I mean, I'm not sure what else we can say about it. It's been, we've dotted the I's and crossed the T's and the X's and the O's and done everything, and now it's up to see what each team can do, what they're going to come out with, what they're going to put up, how they're going to play. There's a lot of emotion fighting, and these guys know each other.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of Harrisburg down there, we're talking to our student body, it's not like the West River. A lot of these guys play ball together in the summer leagues and everything like that. different teams throughout growing up. So, a lot of these guys are friends, very good friends.
Well, let's get right into it then and take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by the Barnes & Moore Group, financial advisors at Morgan Stanley. Starting things off with the Harrisburg Tigers tonight, number 1, Brady Van Holland, a 6'4 senior guard. Number 2, Nick Hoyt, a 5'10 junior guard. Number 3, Chase Altenberg, a 6'3 senior guard. Number 5, Blair Slaughter, a 6'4 junior guard. Number 33, Ace Zor, a 6'5 senior forward. Let's take a look now at the starters then for the O'Gorman Knights. Starting for the Knights tonight, number 3, Jaron Zwagerman, a 6'4 senior forward. Number 4, Michael Stotts, a 6'1 senior guard. Number 5, Isaac Struck, the 6'2 senior guard. Number 23, Zach Norton, the 6-foot sophomore guard. And rounding out the lineup for the O'Gorman Knights, number 35, Akoy, a 6'5 sophomore forward. That's the starting lineups, again brought to you by the Barnes & Moore Group, financial advisors at Morgan Stanley in Sioux Falls. For all of your investment needs, call the Barnes & Moore Group at 605-338-6500. Located at 300 Sharapa Place, Suite 503 in Sioux Falls. Products and services by Morgan Stanley.
He's a freshman.
Oh, he's a freshman. Excuse me. Did I say sophomore?
You said sophomore.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Akoy.
We got 3.5 more years of this young man.
And we are certainly looking forward to his size and aggressiveness.
I love this season, but I'm actually looking, as you watch the JVs, we commented before, as we're moving up to next year and 2 years from now, the sophomores and their seniors are like, we're not going to be too bad.
Absolutely. Should be a great game, and we welcome any of our friends from Harrisburg listening in, and I mean friends very generously because I may or may not, but definitely do live in Harrisburg, so I promise.
Where do you live?
I live in Harrisburg.
Okay, I live in Harrisburg. It's a great time.
I do wish the game was in Harrisburg, so I only had to drive home like 2 minutes, but I am over it.
My godson lives in Harrisburg.
It's a good town. It is.
Great town. No doubt about it.
I love Harrisburg. Store now.
Yeah.
All right, the O'Gorman Knights come out in their home white jerseys, blue numbers and letters, gold trim. Harrisburg in their gray away jerseys with maroon numbers and letters and gold trim. There's the buzzers just to make sure they're working. Jumping for the O'Gorman Knights. Number 3, Jaron Zwagerman, and for Harrisburg, number 33, Ace Zor. Great turnout here at O'Gorman High School. They're testing the buzzer one more time, and there's the whistle. We're set. Here's the tip. Jaron Zwagerman gets a hand on it, and the Knights start things off. O'Gorman versus Harrisburg. The Knights moving from my right to my left. Harrisburg then from left to right. Here's Jaron Zwagerman, jumper from the left side. No good. Rebounded down low by Zor. Running points for the Tigers tonight, number 1, Brady Van Holland. He's going to move from top to the right wing. Dribbles between his legs, a great ball handler for the Harrisburg Tigers. Kicks it up top to Hoyt. Hoyt looking to his right is guarded heavily by Isaac Struck. Hoyt moves right, picks up his dribble, and finds Slaughter in the right corner. He drives baseline, hands it off to Zor. Zor turned around, jumper, no good, and rebounded by Stotts for OG. Stotts, long pass down court to Isaac Struck, left wing. He jukes and jives, goes into the lane, spins around, picks up his dribble, nothing there, hands it off to Zwagerman, jumper from the right side of the lane, no good, and rebounded by Zor.
Couple little soft shots by Jaron, so
Harrisburg starting things off again. Pass over left side to Van Holland is a bit of a miscommunication there. He was looking for Chase Altenberg, who cut inside instead.
They're quick. Harrisburg is quick.
By the way, real quick, let's pause for station identification. This is Lamb Catholic Radio, KSTJ-LP, 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton. Jumper, top of the key, is Zach Norton. He puts on the first points of the game for OG. Harrisburg wasting no time to get down the floor. Nick Hoyt on the sprint over in the right wing, hands it over to Slaughter. He pump fakes up to the basket, but hands it off to Altenberg. Slaughter gets it back, spins around, throws it up top. Van Hollen, 3, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound put back by Ace Zor is good, though. And Harrisburg's on the board, 3-2. 6:25 to play in this first quarter at O'Gorman High School. Michael Stotts takes control of things over on the left side, throws it inside to Zwagerman, then gets it back, top of the key. Stotts dribbles over right wing, looks inside, picks up his dribble, throws it to Struck, top of the key, then over left wing into the hands of Norton. Norton up top to Akoy, now over right side to Struck. Struck steps in, long jumper for 2, no good. Knocked away, and Struck goes for his own rebound. Grabs it, rolls out of bounds as he wrestles down with Nick Hoyt. They're going to give this one to Harrisburg.
Great sportsmanship. They go over and pick the guys up. I love that. Both teams.
Slaughter will inbound, and Nick Hoyt will run point this possession. Hoyt with the left leg sleeve crosses half court, throws it up top to Chase Altenberg. Altenberg then over right wing to Van Hollen. Back up top, this time to Zor. Zor holding ball with one hand, throws it over to Slaughter right wing. He puts up a three. It's no good. Knocked out of bounds by Norton, and they're going to say last touch down low by Chase Altenberg.
Altenberg hit his hand over. He's a little bit taller than Norton, and he put it out with O'Gorman ball and under the basket.
And by the way, I should mention that Blair Slaughter, number 5 for Harrisburg, is the younger brother of Samantha Slaughter, who played for Harrisburg's girls team last year, and volleyball, led to a runner-up in state basketball and a state title in volleyball, now plays for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Jaron Zwargman, jumper from the left block, good for 2, and Jaron Zwargman's on the board for the first time tonight. 5-2 Knights up, 5:20 to play in this first quarter. Inside pass to Zor, left block, spin around jumper over Okoye, no problem as Azor got plenty of air, and a foul after the shot.
I believe it's going to be on Isaac. Yes, Mr. Struck push foul underneath.
Picks up his first foul of the game as Harrisburg extends their scoring, 5-4 now. Knights still leading, 5:17 on the clock. Inbounding just below us on the right side of the lane is Hoyt. He inbounds and gets it back right in the gut on the right wing. He rotates out with Van Hollen. Van Hollen fires the three. No good as it bounces up and touches the wires that hold the basket in place. That is by rule out of bounds. So the Knights take things back over. Here's Michael Stotts crossing half court right in the middle of the floor. Throws it to Zwargman right wing. Zwargman pump fakes inside but finds Struck top the key. Struck to Stotts left wing. Back up top to Norton. He finds a lane, steps in, hits the deck but kicks it to Zwargman left corner. He pump fakes in, throws it all the way out to the right wing to Struck. Struck looking inside, drives to the lane, left-handed flip, good for 2. 7-4, OG, 4:45 on the clock.
He just cut that lane and like a needle went right through there.
And great awareness by Isaac Struck. Over on the right wing, it's Azor for Harrisburg. He throws it up top to Slaughter. Slaughter looks inside, dribbles once, kicks back out top to Van Hollen. Van Hollen over right wing, tried to find Hoyt, but it goes out of bounds, tipped by Isaac Struck.
Okay, Nagel and Bauer in, and Norton and Okoye are out for the Knights.
I should mention, too, that Canyon Bauer, actually a couple other O'Gorman players are out with the flu recently. It looks like everybody's back in full health. Well, that's certainly a positive. A win for OG right there, getting over the flu. Hoyt gets the inbound, moves up top the key, and throws it all the way over to the left corner to Hunter Headley in for the first time. Tonight, quarterback for Harrisburg this past season. Driving inside, Fuller, swatted away by Zwargman, but the Knights in transition do not capitalize on that. And the two-handed slam by Azor in transition. So what should have been a turnover to OG was just sloppily executed, and Harrisburg turned it into 2 points. Knights up 7-6, 4 to play in this first quarter. Nagel gets the pass inside, kicks it out left wing, and Struck responds with a three-pointer, motioning to the student section to pump up the noise as he moves to the other side of the court. Brooks Fuller, right corner for Harrisburg, finds Van Hollen inside. Van Hollen, nice move to the basket. Shot right in front is no good. Instead, he's going to draw the foul. Should be on Michael Stotts, his first. Second team foul for OG in this game as Van Hollen steps up to the line for the first time tonight. Van Hollen is 6'4", senior guard. Averages about 12 points per game, leading scorer for Harrisburg. First shot, up, no good, right off the front of the rim.
Now the matchup I just saw underneath there, Hadley was on Zwargman there. Watch them two go at it. Hadley's pretty thick, good upper body, and it's going to be interesting how you can handle Jaron here.
And built very similarly to Isaac Struck, both quarterback bodies with that thick upper body. Van Hollen's second shot, good. 10-7, Knights lead by 3 with 3:33 to play in this first quarter. Crossing half court for OG, Riley Caton in for the first time tonight, moves over left wing and finds Nagel inside. Nagel kicks it back out to Cartwright left wing. Cartwright drives inside, but the ball is swatted out, goes out of bounds in front of the Harrisburg bench, and the Knights will inbound. There's 2 blocks we've seen down low, and both student section just absolutely loving it.
Both of them. Number 20 and Nick Walter, 5'10" seniors in for the Tigers.
And Okoye steps back into the game for Jaron Zwargman to take a few beats. Knights inbound, it goes to Cartwright top the key, moves right, guarded very heavily, needs some space, throws it up top to Caton. Caton holds the ball, crosses the arc at the top. Throws it down low to Nagel. Nagel's going to be pushed down low.
And that'd be on Hadley.
You notice that Headley and I think that was Brooks Fuller playing very, very tight, kind of almost wild man defense. Arms flailing in the air in front of the offensive player. A good ball handler knows how to capitalize on a foul from that.
Both teams got 9 players in already. So 4 and 4 on each side. So
Okoye to inbound left side of the lane for OG, and a foul immediately before the inbound. Again, pushing and shoving, and this time it's going to be Chase Altenberg.
And he's holding Jack Cartwright. You can see that. I mean, it's just about, so now the refs are talking to him. Hey, guys, settle down. Call him a different play here, different lineup.
Okoye set to inbound in the same spot as Harrisburg picks up their second team foul of the game. 3:12 to play, Knights up 10-7. Okoye throws it to Norton left corner. He pops up a three, no good, and rebounded by the Tigers. On the sprint, crossing half court, is, number 20, Nick Walter. Walter over right wing, gets it back, drives inside, loses the ball, but it's picked up by Chase Altenberg on the right corner. Altenberg drives inside, finds Zor. Zor nowhere to go, kicks it up top, three up and no good. Rebounded and put back and stripped from Chase Altenberg and picked up by Caton.
Stripped by Cartwright.
By Cartwright. Caton crossing half court, moving to the basket. He's going to be fouled on his way there. And again, a lot of pushing and shoving. If you're watching our stream, should have looked just to the left from Harrisburg's perspective of the basket. And a good shove on Riley Caton. He had to double over a little bit to kind of recover. So
they're not playing, I don't like the word aggressive, but they're playing good. They're playing tight.
Very physical.
Yeah, it's very physical is the word.
So Knights will inbound right in front of their fans, their adult fans, general admission fans, whatever you want to call them. Goes up to Isaac Struck, top the key. Struck dribbles over right wing, bounce pass inside to Okoye, and he bounces it on the baseline there. This will go back to Harrisburg. 2:36 to play in this first quarter. Knights lead 10-7. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's game. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Harrisburg quick to break that half-court line, and at the top of the key, here's Brady Van Holland with the ball. He'll kick it over left wing, then over to the left corner into the hands of Walter. He drives baseline, flips up the reverse layup, no good, but draws the foul and check that. That was Brooks Fuller on the drive.
And A.J. Struck picks up his second here in the first quarter.
A third team foul for OG in this half. That's 3 apiece for both teams. At the line to shoot two, Brooks Fuller, 6'1", senior guard. First shot up and good. And I should mention, too, I apologize if I double-check some of these Harrisburg numbers. Dark gray jerseys, maroon numbers and letters. It's tough to see from the other side of the court, so I apologize for any missed names. Fuller hits his second. 10-9, Knights.
Kind of like our football jerseys.
Exactly.
I mean, when you got my age, it's hard to read them down at the other end there.
Well, the gray O'Gorman football jerseys on the blue, with the blue numbers, right? Stotts over on the right wing. The ball tipped away a couple times. They're going to call Michael Stotts on the foul as he was guarded very heavily by Hunter Headley. They're going to call Okoye on a foul away from the ball. And head coach Derek Roby not liking that. Okoye not pleased either. I didn't see that, Dan.
I didn't either.
So again, very physical game from both teams, and Harrisburg wasting no time getting down the floor. Here's Van Holland, right wing, drives inside, guarded by Stotts, goes to the basket, no foul called as he loses the ball. Inbound is saved by Headley, right into the hand of Stotts. Stotts crosses half court, Knights hurry up in transition, and a foul called on Brady Van Holland as he was transitioning, and Michael Stotts is trying to pass right wing. That one's tough because
he got caught in traffic.
But that's how it works, I suppose.
It's sad when that happens either team, but when you're in transition like that, you have nowhere to go and you're stuck.
You kind of have to play heads up basketball, really. Norton gets the inbound to right corner, does some fancy dribbling, then kicks it up right wing to Zwagman. Zwagman dribbling, throws it back to Norton right wing. Norton dribbles up top, drives the lane, right-handed layup, good as he falls to the ground. That's Norton's 5th point of the game, and the pass over right wing slips out of the hands of Nick Walter from Harrisburg, goes into the student section, a quick little easy turnover to O'Gorman.
Right in front of it, yeah. Them boys are fired up, and gals, excuse me.
Second missed pass by Harrisburg this game. $1.36 to play in this first quarter. Knights lead 12-9. Here's Michael Stotts, top the key. He finds Norton right wing. He finds a lane, steps in, jumper from the right block. Not enough onion, and it's rebounded by Harrisburg. On the sprint, down court, it's Nick Walter. crossing on the right side, throws it up top to Van Holland, who kicks it over left wing and then left corner to Headley. Headley pump fakes to the basket, throws it up top, and it's kicked over to Van Holland, right wing. He's wide, fires the three, no good, but rebounded by Zach Nagel. Nagel hands it over to Stotts. Stotts on the sprint, crossing half court, throws it to Norton, right wing. Norton holding the ball with both hands, throws it up top to Kenyon Bauer. Bauer kicks it left to Stotts. Stotts bounce pass to Nagel, left block, turns around, puts up a jumper, nothing but net. Zach Nagel's on the board tonight.
He's really maturing.
Yes.
He didn't do that in the first 3-4 games.
A lot more confidence in that shot.
Yes, he is. He's coming around.
Knights lead 14 to 9:45 to play in this first quarter, and an inside pass, but a foul away from the ball. Brooks Fuller pushed it a little too much as Harrisburg worked the ball around the arc from right to left.
Altenberg on offensive.
Excuse me, Altenberg. Again, those numbers. That's
his second.
15 foul for Harrisburg then in this half, and remember, we're still in the last few seconds of this first quarter. We could see plenty of free throw shooting down that second quarter.
I'm thinking so.
Knights inbound. Here's Riley Caton crossing half court. About an 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Game clock at 35 seconds. Here is Cartwright, left wing, wide open three, takes it, and I don't think I saw that net move as it falls in. 17-9 OG.
Oh, the 6'1 sophomore, he lit it up right there.
Shot clock is turned off. 20 seconds to play in this first quarter. And here's Hoyt at the top of the key. He throws it to Slaughter, right wing. Slaughter fakes left, goes inside, and is stopped by Zwargman. Kicks it back up top. Van Holland over to Slaughter, right wing. Slaughter drives baseline, flips it up to the free throw line to Zor. He follows up with the easy two. 3 seconds. 2-1 in the quarter. Jumper from Nagel left side. No good, but just missed it. And after 1 quarter of play, the O'Gorman Knights lead the Harrisburg Tigers 17-11. We'll step aside, and when we come back, your second quarter here at O'Gorman High School. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Andy Demore, financial advisor with the Barnes Demore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Thad Barnes and myself know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Andy and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
This year I've seen the face of Christ and other students' kindness as we served our community. This is Brittany Zickman and I attend Roncalli Junior High.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School for the beginning of Catholic Schools Week. And as we start things off, the O'Gorman Knights lead the Harrisburg Tigers tonight 17-11 in boys basketball. And Dan, what are your thoughts on that first quarter of play? Obviously, we used the word physical quite a bit.
Very, very, very physical. Very, very fast-paced. I mean, great defense on both sides of the ball. Yes. I mean, it's like phenomenal. They're playing nice and tight and fast, and both teams are very athletic.
Oh, very much. I mean, I can't believe the speed of Harrisburg. Even some of their bigger, ganglier guys that look like they might not be as coordinated as Ace Zor and Blair Slaughter have got some moves that could be very dangerous.
They're very coordinated. They're very good.
Harrisburg starts things off here in the second quarter. Here's Hoyt, top of the key, just inside. He throws it over left side, and it goes out of bounds. And again, that's the third missed pass by Harrisburg.
Did you see Isaac Strucker guarding him? The guy, he couldn't see him. He was perfect. Good defense.
So the Knights get it back. Here's Stotts over on the right wing. Kicks it up to Okoye then back over right wing. This time to Struck. Struck down low inside. Passes Rogman. He loses the ball. It rolls out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Slaughter.
Okoye looks for Coach Roby for the play.
Okoye to inbound right in front of the Harrisburg cheerleaders. Finds Struck right wing. He's open. Drops inside though. Kicks it back out to Zwargman. 3 up and nothing but net. Jaron Zwargman holding the gooseneck as he goes back in transition. Extends the Knights lead 20-11 over Harrisburg in the first 40 seconds of this second quarter. Here's Asor, top the key. Looks left, nothing there. Dribbles right. Throws it to Van Holland right wing. Van Holland dribbles up top the key. And Michael Stotts is going to be called for a push on Van Holland.
Yeah, he was moving on the screen. There's no doubt about it. They're calling it pretty tight.
A very tight game. And you got to love that, honestly. Michael Stotts, second foul of the game, 15th foul for OG. That's 5 apiece, both for the Tigers and the Knights. 2 more of those for either team. And we're going to be shooting free throws the rest of the half. Slaughter to inbound right in front of the student section, trying to tune out the students, and is able to get it into Hoyt at the top of the key.
I'd hate to be him right there. I'm sorry, folks.
That was a terrible noise, even through our headphones.
Oh, yeah.
We're about 50 feet away.
I can't imagine how loud that would be right there for that young man.
Here's Zor, top of the key, finds Van Hollen inside on the left. Van Hollen starts to dribble, guarded by Norton, and is able to flip it up over Norton for 2. 20-13, Knights up 1 minute into the second quarter. Here's Zach Norton for OG with the ball on the left wing. Dribbles inside, kicks it back out to Zwargman. Zwargman fires a 3, too much on that one. It's no good and rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt on the long pass down court, finds Slaughter right corner. He fires the 3, no good off the front of the rim, and rebounded by Riley Caton.
He thought about throwing it down.
Caton, left wing, finds Zwargman inside, who kicks it back up top. It's intercepted by Fuller. Fuller trying to go coast to coast is going to be fouled by Zach Norton. Norton making his case, saying he had all ball in that one, but the ref is not convinced.
That was right in front of us. I might have to agree with Mr. Norton. It looked pretty like all ball,
And Zach Norton, the respectful young man that he is, walked away, just shaking his head and moves on to play some more basketball. But they say, if you're going to foul somebody, foul him hard. At least he prevented the score. But just as I mentioned that, Asor gets the inbound and the easy layup right in front of the basket for 2. 20-15. Knights lead 6:15 on the clock in the second.
They haven't gotten much into Coy at all here. Playing great defense in the paint.
Here's Struck, left wing, takes a 3, and it's no good. Riley Caton is going to jump up and try to get it, and he's going to be called for a foul as he collided with Nick Hoyt in the air.
Now we're shooting.
Yeah, that'll be 17 fouls for OG, giving Harrisburg the bonus for the remainder of the half.
You were right. We're going to be at the line the whole second quarter.
Which means this could be a lengthy game, folks.
Yes.
Lots of free throws if this foul trend continues, I should say. Nick Hoyt at the line to shoot 2, a 5'10 junior guard. First shot up and good. He's the guy with the left leg sleeve. It's either a sleeve or just a big sock, and I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but...
legging.
Legging, yeah, there you go.
Compression sock for us older guys.
Yeah, there you go. Those are nice. They hold the gastrocnemius together and the thigh. I don't know medical terms, but hold everything together, make it easier to move around a little bit. Hoyt fires off his second, gets that one as well, and Harrisburg is within 3 of OG. Remember, the Knights led by 9 just about 1 minute ago. 6 to play in the second quarter. Here's Struck, left wing. He finds Nagel inside. Ball swatted away as he tries to throw it past Zor, but the Knights recover. They rotate it around the arc from left to right to Norton, right wing. Norton throws it up to Caton, top of the key. He drives left lane. Nowhere to go, though. Needs help. Outlets it to Struck, left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Struck inside to Zwargman. He takes a jumper left side of the lane and puts it in. Jaron Zwargman now with 7 points on the game. Harrisburg wasting no time, catching OG off guard by a little bit in transition. Nick Walter gets the ball, finds Hoyt left wing. Hoyt inside now to Van Holland. Van Holland dribbling over Norton, spins around, left-handed jumper on the left block is good for 2. 22-19, Knights.
They're taking in the paint there a little bit. They're attacking the basket in the paint, and
I'm surprised it's the down low play that's the bane of the Knights right now. I thought it was going to be the outside play.
Yeah.
Here's Norton, left corner, kicks it to the left wing to Caton. Caton inside to Zwargman. Zwargman does some fancy dribbling, then kicks it back out to Caton, left wing. Up top to Struck, he's wide open, takes the 3, a little off his mark to his right, and rebounded by Ace Zor. Zor hands it off to Hoyt. Hoyt on the sprint down court, kicks it out right corner, 3 up and good by Nick Walter.
Tie ball game there, Michael.
And in all fairness, there should have been a foul on Struck, who got a hand onto Walter after the shot. So we're all tied up at 22, 4:30 to play in the second quarter. Here's Riley Caton, top the key, finds Norton right wing, up top to Caton, back over right wing, this time to Struck, bounce pass inside to Nagel, then the cross court pass to Norton left wing. The Knights rotated around the arc, find Nagel inside again to the right side. He pump fakes, Asor goes up, and then he leans into Asor to take that foul.
What a good execution by Mr. Nagel. I am impressed with this young man.
That was an extremely smart play by Nagel. He knew exactly what the defense was going to do when he just did the little pump fake. Capitalized on that. That is a smart basketball play.
He knew he was going to get hammered there.
So Zach Nagel steps up to the line to shoot 2. First shot up, left-handed shooter. First one is good. He averages about 78% from the free throw line. One of the better free throw shooters on the Knights squad, based on averages. Katie Bauer and Michael Stotts come back in for OG. Norton, Nagel, and Zwageman remain. Nagel ready to the second, fires off his left hand. It's good for two. The Knights retake the lead, 24-22. 4:18 to play in this second quarter. Nagel will step out, by the way, and Okoye comes in for OG.
Okay, here comes Hadley's in there, so we got to see if he matches up with Jaron here.
Bit of a press coming from Norton, but Hoyt is able to cross half court, kicks it over to Ace Zor, right corner, but inside. He'll throw it back up to Hoyt on the right wing. Hoyt up top to Headley, over left side into the hands of Walter. Walter, spin move, and a shot in front of the basket is good. Nick Walter doing some great things for the Tigers so far in this game as he ties it back up at 24, halfway through this second quarter. Here's Zach Norton, right wing for OG. Finds Stotts top of the key, kicks it to Bauer, left wing. Stotts gets it back. Stotts dribbles over right wing, drives inside, kicks it out to Keenan Bauer. Wide open three, no good, in and out. Swatted away by Okoye. Okoye saved by Norton. He throws it off of Ace Zor, and it's saved by Stotts. Stotts tries to outlet it. Hoyt gets it though, goes coast to coast, and no foul called as Hoyt is able to put it in. Jaron Zwageman was running with full effort trying to stop that shot.
He was right behind him. He was trailing right behind, going to get him, but smart move.
Harrisburg takes the lead for the first time tonight. Michael Stotts, top of the key, drives left lane, left-handed, wild, long layup, no good. And the ball's going to roll out of bounds. Last touch by Okoye, and that could have been a foul either on Okoye or Ace Zor, but maybe just rocking a hard play situation, nothing called.
You can kind of see the momentum change just a little bit here. Now they're up by 2. It's kind of...
Well, think about this. Harrisburg has gone 17 points in the past 4 minutes versus O'Gorman's 4. Harrisburg, inside pass to Headley. He'll kick it back out to Walter. Walter over right wing to Van Hollen. Van Hollen, inside pass to Hoyt. Hoyt, jumper for 2, no good. Rebounded by Zor. He puts it back, no problem. 28-24, Knights trail, 2:45 to play in the second quarter. Remember, Harrisburg has the bonus. One more will give OG the bonus. Here's Stotts, top of the key. He'll throw it to Bauer, right wing, then inside to Zwageman. He's wide, takes the 2, good from the right side of the free throw line.
That's his sweet spot. He's 98% from that 12-foot range.
26-28, Knights within 2. Headley throws it over to Hoyt, left wing. Hoyt inside to Zor. Zor spin around, fakes out Okoye, puts it in, can't follow up, but is able to alley-oop himself to put it in for 2. 26-30, Tigers. Okoye with his work cut out for him down low tonight. Here's Stotts, takes the pick, goes from right to left, across the top of the key into the lane, and he's going to be called for a foul on that approach.
Here we go. Knights, Michael Stotts will go to the line for 1-on-1.
Excuse me, that was a foul on Harrisburg. I said that in a very confusing manner. My apologies. That's Headley's second foul of the game, and like you said, Dan, 17th foul for Harrisburg.
Coy goes to the bench. Nagel's back in for the Knights.
Michael Stotts, a 6'1" senior guard, about a 46% free throw shooter. First shot up and nothing but net. Coming back in for Harrisburg, Brooks Fuller. Stepping out is Hunter Headley.
Just like in any game, free throws are very critical, especially this game. They're very critical to both teams.
Michael Stotts readies his second free throw. Bent the knee, flicked the wrist, up and off the back iron. No good. Rebounded by Van Hollen from Harrisburg. Van Hollen hands it to Hoyt and throws it all the way down court to a wide open Walter. Walter traveled as he skidded on his plant foot. Nothing called there. Instead hands it off to Van Hollen. Van Hollen can't follow up on the baseline layup, and the Knights get the rebound. Stotts crossing half court for OG. Sets up over on the right wing. $1.45 to play in the second quarter. Knights down by 3. They'll throw it to Norton, top of the key, then over left wing to Bauer. Bauer inside to Nagel, left side. Kicks it out to Zwageman, left wing, 3, up and good! Jaron Zwageman, his first 3 of the game, giving him 12 points so far on the night and tying things up at 30.
Oh, we're going back and forth here.
Brady Van Hollen crossing half court, guarded by Kenny Bauer, goes straight to the basket. He's able to put in a right block layup over Kenyon Bauer, and I tell you what, that young man has got some game.
Oh, you can see the college wants him. He'll be playing college ball.
In fact, going to Dakota State next year.
The Trojans, that's good.
Long 3 from Zwageman, right corner, no good, rebounded by Zor. Harrisburg in transition, pass to Nick Hoyt. He'll set up top of the key. Under a minute to play now in this second quarter. Hoyt kicks it over left wing, then it's thrown back up top to Van Hollen. Van Hollen looks inside, over Kenny Bauer, stops, puts in the shot, blocked away And Ace Zor is going to be called on the push-off on Nagel.
Yeah, he was over the top of Nagel. I mean, he was laying on it.
Kind of pushing down on his mid-back, trying to get that ball.
Yeah. So Nagel going the line. Knights down by 2. Can we tie it up here?
Zach Nagel, 2 for 2 on the night so far, and that's the second foul by Ace Zor, 8th team foul for Harrisburg.
.47 seconds to go here in the half.
Nagel, dribble a couple times, puts it up with his left hand, gets his first. I tell you what, he's just had a beautiful free throw shots so far tonight, just dead on. It looks a little weird because we're not used to seeing left-handed shooters.
No.
But it's pretty. Nagel's second shot up, and this one's off. 3 for 4 on the night. Knights still within 1. 45 to play in the second quarter. And Harrisburg trying to put up a couple more points before half. Brady Van Hollen, right corner, will kick it up top into the hands of Walter. Walter dribbles, picks it up, and hands it back off to Van Hollen. Van Hollen up top to Headley. Headley over left wing, gets it back top of the key. Headley takes the dribble, throws it up top to Van Hollen. He'll put in the 3. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Harrisburg leading 35-31. Riley Caton will burn the clock down as he crosses half court on the left side. He's going to be contested, though, by Nick Hoyt, so he'll have to be careful with his dribble. Caton up top to Norton, gives it back to Caton. 6 seconds now. Caton makes a move, goes right, throws it to Norton, right wing. He steps up, fires the 3, and good! Zach Norton responding with a 3 before half. And at halftime, the O'Gorman Knights trail Harrisburg 35-34. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have your Knights halftime show sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC. Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care are proud supporters of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Class Dental Care offers restorative, cosmetic, and preventative techniques and is open late to fit busy schedules. Their aviation-themed office works to provide first-class services. Their number is 271-9330 and can be found online at firstclassdentalcare.com. Thank you to Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care for your support of Lamb Catholic Radio.
McGuire Iron is a family-run operation that values all of their co-workers and customers. McGuire Iron and the Jones family pride themselves in taking their faith life into their business life. That's why they are proud to support the Sioux Falls Catholic school system in all their events and activities. McGuire Iron and the Jones family would like to wish all O'Gorman sports teams good luck this season.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need. Whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, welcome to the Knights Halftime Show. Brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for Sioux Falls and the southeast South Dakota area, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. With the Knights Halftime Show, here's Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
Welcome into the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents. That's Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. I'm Michael Promus alongside Dan Johnson, and at halftime, the O'Gorman Knights are trailing the Harrisburg Tigers 35-34. You'll be hearing drums in the background, by the way. It's Groove Inc. performing here at O'Gorman High School, a drum corps in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They're amazing if you ever get a chance to hear them. And
they sure look pretty, and they sound good. The costumes, everything, this is wonderful.
It is fantastic. They're great to listen to. So while you're hearing that in the background, let's talk about that first half, Mr. Johnson. O'Gorman owned that first quarter, led by 6 after the first quarter. Just seconds into the second quarter, led by 9. with a nice three-pointer by Jaron Zwalgerman. Oh, no, excuse me, that was Isaac Struck. But then Harrisburg just kind of came back with some fury and, of course, now lead OG by 1.
You know, the Knights got outplayed that second quarter, but look how quick and how that Harrisburg is. They are precise. They come down. They take it inside. They know they can control the paint here tonight. You notice Coy didn't play too much, so they got Nagel in there for a little bit more size, a little bit more, to help cover Ace. I couldn't think of his name, Ace. But that's where Nagel's on Ace board. Of course, here you have Ace, and Ace is sitting, what's he got, about 6 points? 8 points, I believe.
Yeah, he's got about 8 points on the game.
8 points, so I mean, it's like, but Coy can't even come near to play with him.
Right.
That's a mismatch, and of course, Roby doesn't want that.
And that's why we haven't seen a whole lot of Okoye because he just hasn't been able to find an answer to Ace Zora's presence down low, who's a fantastic player, a big guy down low, and he's going to do some great things next year in college while he plays football. But that's the kind of player that the Knights are going up against down low. But I mean, it's really becoming a game of down low play, and it's controlled by Ace Zora and Brady Van Holland, who I expected to see more outside shots from him, but he is just absolutely killing it, driving that lane and making some things happen.
I've yet to see Harrisburg play this year, but I am impressed with this team. I mean, I can see where they're 10-2, and they were ranked number 1. Maybe we'll see what happens tomorrow, but they are good. There's no doubt about it. They only lost 2 seniors from last year.
Right. And of course, we have to talk about Jaron Zwalgerman's efforts in that first half. 12 points for OG, really cutting the tension a little bit in a way for OG, because anytime Harrisburg responds, it seems like Jaron Zwalgerman's down there putting up some points. Zach Norton's kind of in the same boat.
But Zwalgerman, he's got that sweet shot. He turns around and he's got that 10-12 footer, and he's right out of it. He's having a little bit of trouble as well tonight. I mean, they're pressuring him, but you know what? He knows how to play basketball, and he'll adapt. It'll be interesting to see what Roby talks about in the locker when they come out in the second half. Some of the shots are off. There's no doubt about that. You can see that. But other than that, I mean, it's going to be a fun second half. I mean, it's going to go down to the wire. I don't see any team taking a big run here. I think it's going to go boom, boom, down to 1-2 point ball game. In free throws, like we said in the second quarter, I think we're going to see a lot of those because we're going to get fouled.
Oh, absolutely. And there were 19 fouls, I believe, called in that entire first half of play. And again, if that's a reflection of the rest of the game, it could be a lengthy game with a lot of free throws being shot, like you mentioned by far.
And the crowd's playing Megan tonight.
Oh, yes.
There's a good student body section. Nice turnout by the parents and student body from Harrisburg as well. So this is fun.
You're listening to the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus Field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman as we break down what's going on for Catholic Schools Week here at O'Gorman High School and throughout the city of South Dakota, or city of Sioux Falls, with some of the other Catholic schools. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, I am Ruth, a first grader at Sacred Heart School. I like Sacred Heart School because I feel safe.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Welcome back into the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus Field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. And it's time to find out what's going on inside O'Gorman. It's no secret, it's Catholic Schools Week and all the festivities that come along with that. One thing that they're doing here at O'Gorman, the student body is dressing up in different themes throughout the week, and I talked to one of the fine teachers here at O'Gorman High School. Rhonda Booth before the game. Mrs. Booth, she was like substitute teacher when I was like in school, so we go way back. But I found out that O'Gorman students wore college wear today. Their sweaters or shirts for their favorite colleges or whatever. Tomorrow is, I'm going to mess this up.
I had it and I forgot it too, and I had it written down, and
I should have it. It was off the top of my head. Anyway, dress for success, I think is what it is.
There's a word for each day.
Right.
And that's where it's to live, to learn. And I know on Thursday it's dress down day, and it's $2, and all that money that the students are giving will go to hurricane relief. So we're giving charity. I think Thursday is charity is the word. So I mean, it's a great. And I know, like at St. Lambert's, there I got my plug in. St. Lambert's.
There you go.
This morning had pastry for the parents, before school. So there's something going on every day. Each school has their own. Elementary school does their own thing with that. So, but it all comes together, on Friday morning at the Elman Center on the campus of University of Augustana with math with Bishop Swain. And you remember that?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I try to go to that every year if I can. And what a great way to end the week to see all the students in the Sioux Falls Catholic school system. I believe Father Fisher, and I know Father Fisher very well, used to, and maybe still does, will bring up the students from Vermilion.
Yes.
Catholic school down there will come up. And I think Bishop has Mass in Aberdeen on Thursday. Don't quote me. Okay. I think they do this. I think he goes up there for Catholic Schools Week on Thursday and says Mass. But they all come together at Elman Center. We have thousands of kids there and the parents there, and what a great way to come and celebrate.
Absolutely.
Come together for our Catholic church and stuff. But then on Saturday, we're headed up north. And for us, the end of it is O'Gorman boys will be taking on Aberdeen Roncalli at Aberdeen Roncalli.
Right, you are. Right.
5 o'clock on Saturday.
And that'll be a great game to wrap up Catholic Schools Week. And the other things going on with Lamb Catholic Radio, we will be live streaming the Elman Center Mass, the all-school Mass, on Friday. That starts at 10 a.m. And then we're also going to have a special edition of the Seize the Day morning show on Wednesday, live from O'Gorman High School with Heather Caro. She's going to be talking to some of the O'Gorman staff. It should be fantastic. So that's what's going on inside O'Gorman. Again, it's brought to you by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. There are 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school is dedicated to the mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting a Catholic way of life through gospel values and academic excellence. And this has been the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus Field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. 35-34, we start things off here, but O'Gorman is able to put away a jumper very quick on the right side of the lane, make that 36-35, and then the steal from Jaron Zwargman as we start this third quarter of play. Knights moving from my left to my right, Harrisburg then from my right to my left. Michael Stotts drives right lane, can't put it in the layup, rebounded by Slaughter. Harrisburg on the sprint and a failed shot down low again, and another steal by Jaron Zwargman as he wrestles the ball away from Azor.
No foul. They're playing hard.
The fouls were generous in that first half, so it'll be interesting to see how the game will be called the rest of the game, especially after what probably could have been a foul on Jaron Zwargman. But here's Isaac Struck, top of the key. He'll drive right side of the lane, picks up his dribble, turnaround jumper off the far iron, no good, and rebounded by Zor.
And we need those to fall.
Starting lineup in for OG, but here's Slaughter over on the right wing for Harrisburg. He'll dribble up top, looks left, but fires back right to Hoyt. Hoyt dribbles baseline to the basket, falls down, but gets the layup with his right hand from the right side.
Nice move.
Beautiful move. 37-36, Harrisburg retakes the lead. We're expecting a back and forth half here, folks.
Seesaw.
6:36 to play in this third quarter. Turnaround jumper from Zwargman, right block, no good, and rebounded by Zor. Hoyt, wasting no time, moves up top the key, finds Slaughter right wing. Slaughter then inside to Zor. Check that, that's Van Hollen. Van Hollen spins around, throws it back out to Slaughter, but connection is not made, and Slaughter is going to be called for the hack on Jaron Zwargman.
You know, they're playing, the defense, they're getting their hands out. You notice that? They're really going for the ball, which they should be all game.
That'll be Slaughter's first foul of the game, first team foul for Harrisburg in this half.
Okay, Nagel's in for a Coy.
Zach Nagel was I'd even call him dominating down low. And his shots were just fantastic in that first half.
Let's see what we can do in the paint here with Nagel inside here against Ace.
Stotts crosses half court, sets up on the right wing and finds Zwargman inside, then gets the backdoor pass down low, hits the deck though with the ball. Nagel is able to cover it. Double teamed in the corner, needs help, it rolls out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Chase Altenberg.
That's wild.
So Zach Nagel will inbound on the right corner, almost on the opposite side of the floor from us, laterally. He's able to find Zach Norton on the left wing, who then hands it off to Zwargman. Zwargman steps inside, kicks it back out to Norton. He lost it, but he recovers. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Norton drives lane, left side, good on the layup.
He thread that needle.
Woo, beautiful. 10 points for Zach Norton so far in this game. But Van Hollen sprints down court, finds Zor on the left side of the lane. He'll dribble into the lane, turn around, right-handed hook, no good. Tipped away and rebounded by Zwargman. Zwargman to Stotts, sprints in transition, wants to go coast to coast, and is going to be fouled by Nick Hoyt down low. Nick Hoyt looked like he had his feet set as he tried to block it. They're going to say his feet were moving.
You know, that fast break, they coming down.
Yeah.
Ace, he fell down. He was sitting down there, so it was 5-on-4 coming down, and Stotts took it right to the basket.
So Stotts at line to shoot two. First shot up and no good. That'll make him 1 for 3 so far on the night, shooting at the free throw line. Knights up 38-37 here at O'Gorman. 5:23 to play in this third quarter. I'm Michael Promus alongside Dan Johnson. Brett Byler's here, and Max Carey's back at the studio. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Okay. Okoye will step back in, and Jaron Zwargman will step out.
Walter and Fuller in for the Tigers.
Stotts readies his second free throw, lines up his feet, dribbles 3 times, bent the knee, flicked the wrist, nice backspin, and it falls in. He's 2 for 4 on the Knights. 39-37, Knights with the lead. 5:20 in this third. Here's Brady Van Hollen on the sprint down court, kicks it over left wing to Slaughter. Slaughter up top, and the ball is rotated around the arc to the right wing to Walter. Walter tries to kick it up to Van Hollen. The ball is lost though. Van Hollen's able to recover. Moves past Kenyon Bauer, throws it down low to uncontested Zor, spins around, puts up the shot. 4-2, and we're tied up at 39.
Smart play there. Ace stayed home.
Knights trying to capitalize on a little bit of momentum. Here's Kenyon Bauer, right wing, throws it inside Nagel, kick back out to Okoye. Okoye drives inside, finds a lane, right-handed layup, good. Nice move by Okoye.
That's first move we really see him make tonight. Physical move. He needs to attack the basket.
Van Hollen, left side, drives inside, and is going to be fouled by Michael Stotts as he puts up the layup. Stotts playing a little too close. He even took a little bit of an elbow from Van Hollen, the legal elbow, since Stotts was moving.
It's his third.
It'll be the first team foul then for OG as Van Hollen's going to try to make this a 3-point play. Cartwright will come in for OG, and Michael Stotts is going to take a seat.
Nagel, Cartwright, Keaton, Bauer, and Okoye for the Knights.
Van Hollen, shot up, nothing but net. Takes the lead for Harrisburg, 42-41, 4:37 to play in this third quarter.
Zwargman's in now for Okoye.
Oh, actually looks like they're going to have Nagel take a seat instead. Okoye's still in.
Oh, okay.
I think he was expecting to step out too, actually. So Knights with the ball. Here's Cartwright, top of the key. Kicks it to Caton, left wing, then over left corner to Bauer. Bauer around the arc, up top to Zwargman. Fires off the 3, way off his mark, no good, and rebounded by Nick Hoyt from Harrisburg. Hoyt moves down the right side, crosses half court, hands it up to Van Hollen, top of the key. He drills in the 3. Harrisburg the largest lead so far, 45-41 over OG. 4:05 to play in this third quarter. Here's Okoye, left wing, finds Zwargman inside. He's going to dump it down to Kenyon Bauer. Bauer looked like he didn't expect that to swing by him, and Harrisburg takes it away. Long 3, right corner, no good from Harrisburg, and rebounded by Bauer. Bauer's going to hand it off to Caton, who then throws it down court to Zwargman, left wing. Zwargman goes right, then has his pocket picked by Brooks Fuller. Fuller trying to go coast to coast, leans in, puts up the layup, and is going to be fouled by Riley Caton.
He was set.
Riley Caton was set for a solid 2 seconds, in fact, as Fuller ran him over, but they're called Riley Caton on the moving block. And head coach Derek Roby standing with a bit of a grimace. Not happy about that call. First shot by Brooks Fuller, though, is good. 46-41 as Harrisburg continues to expand on their ever-growing lead. As Wagaman steps out, as does Bauer and Cartwright. So we've got Norton, Caton, Struck, Hoy, and Nagel, I believe, in for OG.
And Azor taking a break for Harrisburg as well.
Fuller's second shot is good, 47-41 Harrisburg. 3:35 to play in the third. Here's Riley Caton crossing the left side of the floor, half court, on the left side of the floor. Rotates the ball around the arc to the right wing to Struck. Struck picks up his dribble, throws it up top to Norton. Norton behind the back dribble, fires up the long two from the top, and that's good. 3:18 to play, Knights within 4. Over on the left wing for Harrisburg, it's Nick Walter. Check that. That is Headley. He throws it up top to Walter. Walter drives in, right-handed layup for 2. He has been explosive on that drive from top to bottom.
That's one thing about Harrisburg. You know, a little bit and they can explode. They take off.
They're quick and athletic, like we were talking about in the pregame. Here's Isaac Struck, right wing. Drives inside, kicks it up top to Norton, then over left wing to Norton. From Nagel to Norton. Norton drives inside. Ball swatted away by Headley, and he recovers. Headley outlets to Altenberg, and Altenberg will cross half court for Harrisburg. Goes right, then left, throws it left into the hands of Fuller. Fuller then around the arc to the right corner into the hands of Walter. He'll drive baseline, and a foul called down low.
It'll be on Canyon. Oh.
They call that one on Riley Caton, it looks like. That'll be his third foul of the game, third team foul for the Knights in this half.
Stotts is back in.
2:32 on the clock in the third. Knights trail 43-49 as Harrisburg inbounds right side of the lane. Inbound to Headley. He pump fakes. Has the ball swatted away from him by Nagel as he went back up for a second shot. Here's Norton, right corner for OG. Sprint in transition. No good on the shot, but rebounded by Michael Stotts, who just swept in and picked that one off. Stotts bounced past it inside to Okoye, but Headley had other plans, got a hand on it. It goes out of bounds, and Headley was the last one to touch it.
Where did Stotts come from there? He was like Superman. He just all of a sudden he's up and in the air and got it.
I think he ran in from the side at the concession stand.
He just showed up. He just all of a sudden, great heads-up play by Stotts.
Okoye will take a seat as Wagaman will come in. And Struck will take a seat as Cartwright comes in.
And Hoyt comes out. Van Howland comes in for Harrisburg. This is a fun game.
As Wagaman will inbound in front of his coaches. Up top to Stotts. Knights only 26 seconds on the shot clock. Stotts moves over right wing and draws the foul on Brooks Fuller. That'll be Fuller's second foul of the game and third team foul for Harrisburg. Now as Wagaman will inbound right in front of student section, finds Stotts, down low to Nagel, and put up is good. Zach Nagel has owned down low for OG so far in this game, as he's now at 7 points. Although Harrisburg quick to respond. Nick Fuller going from the right corner baseline to the basket. The easy, almost uncontested layup over the Knights. 45-51 Knights trail. $1.45 to play in this third quarter. Here's Cartwright, right wing. He throws it up top and misses Wagaman, but it's picked up by Norton over on the left side. Norton dribbles up top, throws it right wing to Stotts. Stotts dribbling up and then inside to the lane, left-handed jumper, left side jumper, no good, and rebounded by Altenberg. Altenberg gets the rebound and travels down the court on the sprint. Hands it off to Fuller. Fuller drives, and he's going to be fouled on the shot. That was Jack Cartwright, went over his back and kind of knocked him to the floor.
It's a good call.
And I suppose, like they say, if you're going to foul them hard, make sure they don't make the shot. So that's what Cartwright did. So at the line to shoot 2. Here's Brooks Fuller at the line for the second time tonight. So 1 for 2 so far. First shot up and good. By the way, let's take a moment for station identification. You're listening to Lamb Catholic Radio, KSTJ LP 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton. Fuller readies the second, puts it up, it's good. 53-45, Knights trail by 8, the largest margin for Harrisburg so far in this game with 1:08 on the board in this third quarter. Here's Wagaman, top of the key for OG. He finds Struck, right wing. Struck Fakes left, goes right, spins around, puts up the jumper from the right block, a little off his mark. No good. Put back by Nagel. No good either. Too much power on that one. It's tipped away, and Headley gets the last hand on it. Outlets to Altenberg. One man to beat. Backwards passes it to Hoyt, and Hoyt is able to, no, he's not able to put it up. Still going to be rebounded. Put back by Fuller is no good. Excuse me, that was Van Hollen on the putback. No good. And the Knights are able to get the defensive rebound.
Oh, great defensive move by the Knights there.
Zwargman up top, throws it down low with 35 seconds in this quarter. And Norton is going to be fouled. They're going to say it was on the shot.
Nagel got fouled. No, not on the shot. No. They're not giving it to him.
No. Excuse me. Yeah, that was Nagel. My apologies. I get Norton and Nagel mixed up from time to time. So, yeah, no, Nagel's going to... He was shooting. So Nagel will inbound right side of the lane on the baseline. Shot clock turned off, 34 seconds on the clock. Zwargman gets the inbound, turns around, puts it right up over Altenberg for two. 53-47, Knights within 6. 25 seconds to play in this third quarter. Shot clock off. Van Hollen's going to burn the clock down. Crossing half court, kicks it over left wing, to Slaughter. Slaughter holding the ball, throws it inside to Van Hollen. 10 seconds now. Van Hollen moves up to the left wing. Van Hollen starts to dribble, takes the pick, moves up top. 4 seconds now. Van Hollen, NBA 3 up and nothing but nets. Beautiful shot by Van Hollen to end this third quarter. That was all Harrisburg. After 3, the Knights trail 56-47 over the Tigers. We'll step aside and be back with more O'Gorman Knights basketball right here on the Lamb.
Hi there, Ryan here with Mini Critters. Mini Critters has been a locally owned stop with pet services any pet needs to be happy and healthy. Mini Critters is professional grooming services Monday through Saturday for dogs and cats, and brand new to the Sioux Falls area, a self-service pet wash open 7 days a week. And don't forget the pet hotel, pet play care, and obedience training. Mini Critters, your friends, your family.
My name is Brayden. I am in 1st grade. I like St. Thomas School because I get to play outside. And Miss Cole is the best teacher in the world. And I like my principal. Thank you.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. Start of the fourth quarter. The O'Gorman Knights trailing Harrisburg 47-56 as we start things off here in the fourth, Dan. And Harrisburg, what can we say? Capitalized on a lot of OG mistakes and just took it to the Knights.
They can shoot. There's no doubt about it. Van Hollen, you said he's going to be he's committed to Dakota State?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That young man can shoot.
We should mention, too, that Chase Altenberg is committed to Mount Marty College, one of our fine sponsors. And Hunter Headley committed to USD, but for football.
But he can, besides shooting, he can play some good D, too. So he's all-around good ball player, that Van Hollen.
So Harrisburg will start things off in this fourth quarter. Slaughter inbounds to Nick Hoyt. Hoyt kicks it over left wing to Van Hollen, who dribbles up top and then throws it right wing to the hands of Altenberg. Altenberg dribbles up top, finds Slaughter in the right corner. Slaughter inside pass to Zor. Zor holding the ball over his head is going to be called for a travel as he slid on his left pivot foot.
Well, Coy actually had him right there. Coy actually, he played some defense right there.
Yeah.
And Zor didn't know what to do.
I think best defense Coy has had the chance to play down low.
Correct.
All game. And Coy hasn't been in a lot in his defense. Here's Norton, left wing for OG. Throws it up top to Zwargman. Zwargman on the right-handed dribble, steps in, throws it to Struck, left wing. Struck commands Okoye to come inside. Struck drives inside, kicks it to Norton, left wing, then Okoye to the left corner. Okoye throws it up top to Struck. Struck inside to Zwargman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Zwargman steps back, fires off the 2, no good. And rebounded by Brady Van Hollen. Van Hollen gets tangled up with Zwargman, and they're going to call jump ball. Zwargman came in, tried to pick Van Hollen's pockets, and they both literally had a hand on the ball. Were almost fighting for it back and forth.
I like that aggressive, that physical.
Obviously, both teams wanting the foul, but I think good call by the officials there.
Oh, definitely.
So the Knights get the benefit of this jump ball. Goes into Stotts, and Stotts with a fresh shot clock will try to get this offense going. He throws it down low to Okoye, kicks it back out left wing to Norton. Norton dribbles over to the left corner, throws it to Okoye, left wing. He then throws it back to Norton on the left corner, steps up, fires the 3, and good. It's a nice little dynamic there by Norton and Okoye, kind of rotating in and out on 2 spots on the floor, inside and out. Great offense. Bounce pass down low inside to Asor, right block. Guarded by Akoy, turns around and gets tangled up, but he's able to recover and puts it in for 2. That's 14 points then for 18 points so far for Zor so far in this game. 58-49, Knights trail, 6:30 on the clock. Stotts goes baseline. Layup no good, but the putback by Zwargman is good from the free throw line. Make that 58-51, Harrisburg.
7 point. We're going to try to keep it. Going to be close.
Altenberg right wing drives inside. Check that was Van Hollen right wing drives in and gets the layup. 51-60, Harrisburg. Stotts from the right wing moves up top, drives down inside. He's going to be fouled as he kind of loses his feet.
Slaughter. That's his third.
That'll be the 15th foul for Harrisburg so far in this game, and the first timeout called in this game as well. O'Gorman wants to take a break. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. The Knights trail Harrisburg 51-60, 6 to play in the fourth quarter here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. They're located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. 6 to play in the fourth quarter, and the Knights trail Harrisburg at 60-51. And I do have to make one more mention of the Slaughter kid that's playing. I can call him a Slaughter kid. I've known him since he was literally 1/3 the size he is now. That's Blair Slaughter for Harrisburg. His sister Samantha mentioned plays volleyball at UNL, who just won a national championship. So best of luck to her and the Huskers the rest of her career. But a shout out to the Slaughter family, Diane, Shane, Shay, Sandwich, and Brock, who I call, it's Blair, I call him Brock because I used to mess up his name when he was like 5 all the time, and it's hilarious now. So O'Gorman will start things off here after the timeout. Inbound is Zwargman. He fires up the 3 and good. Zwargman keeping the Knights in this thing, 54-60. And the inbound is stolen. Stotts gets it, goes to the basket, and he's fouled on the shot.
That's what we need. We need that little aggressiveness right now to come around. We got to tip the ball in and stole the ball. And Stotts, he got fouled at the basket. Now we're shooting 2 here.
I could hardly figure out what was going on. That was so quick. A great heads-up play by Michael Stotts and a great steal by Struck.
Oh, wonderful.
Michael Stotts at the line to shoot 2.
Need to get that momentum shift back.
First shot is good. Stotts set to shoot about 50% so far in this game. Kenyon Bauer will step in. Struck will step out. Stotts readies his second. Bent the knee, flicked the wrist, up, and nothing but net. And O'Gorman is within 4 of Harrisburg with 5:50 to play in this fourth quarter. Nick Hoyt crossing half court for Harrisburg. Reverses his dribble and kicks it left wing to the hands of Fuller. Fuller up top to Walter. Walter then over left wing to Fuller. Fuller looking inside, instead throws it back up top to Walter. Walter begins to dribble, drives inside, right-handed layup, no good, but putting a hand on it and putting it in is Fuller for 2. He just kind of came out of nowhere, put one hand on it, and almost like a distant dunk. He got up there. Stotts immediately drives the lane as he crosses half court to puts in the layup for 2. 62-58. Knights trail. 5:10 to play in the fourth. Here's Nick Walter, top of the key, throws it right wing and then up top to Hoyt. Hoyt over left wing to Zor. Zor slightly inside the arc, throws it up top to Walter. Walter begins to dribble left, throws it left corner to Fuller. Fuller drives the baseline, reverse layup, too much power on it, doesn't fall in. It's rebounded by Zwargman. Zwargman to Stotts. Stotts crosses half court on the sprint, throws it to Bauer left wing. Bauer up top to Zwargman. Zwargman will dribble left, rotate out with Stotts. Stotts looking inside, looks to the basket, but throws it to Norton right wing. Norton over right corner to Bauer. And a timeout called by OG with 4:37 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights within 4. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside for 30 more seconds. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Andy Demore, financial advisor with the Barnes Demore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Thad Barnes and myself know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Andy and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. 4:37 left in this fourth quarter. Knights trail Harrisburg 58-62, but had a nice run to really keep themselves in this game, Dan.
5 points and about 3 seconds off the clock. We have a Gorman ball right here at the basket.
Zwargman to inbound, and he finds Stotts. Stotts will set up at the top of the key, finds Zwargman right wing. Zwargman looks inside, gets a face full of Fuller's hand. Rotates it around the arc, and here's Stotts left wing. Stotts drives inside, a right-handed layup, and no good.
He grabbed the rim.
Asor reached up and actually grabbed the rim and the net to pull it down.
Yep. Automatic.
So automatic 2 for OG, and the Knights are within 2. Canyon Bauer will come in, and it looks like Caton will step out. We've got Norton, Stotts, Bauer, Nagel, and Zwargman in for OG, and a bit of a press coming here from the Knights. Nick Hoyt is able to cross half court, though. Throws it over left wing to Fuller. Fuller on the dribble, moves up top, throws it over right wing to Walter. Walter bounce pass inside to Zor. Zor, turn around, swatted away by Zwargman. Oh, sweet! Zwargman hands off to Stotts. Stotts down low to Norton, and Norton's going to have the ball swatted away from him. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Asor.
No, this is a great ball game. 60-62, 4 minutes to go in the ball game here. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Nagel, to inbound. He's able to find Struck right wing, hands off to Zwargman. He fires the three, no good, but a rebound by Nick Hoyt. Hoyt down the left side of the floor on the sprint, moves top of the key, throws it over right wing to Fuller. Fuller, bounce pass inside to Zor. Zor to the basket, baseline, spins around, no shot, flips it away, and he's going to be fouled. That just was not a very smart foul by Isaac Struck. Jumped over the back of Zor.
Yep.
And they're going to give it to him. No. They're going to give him shots?
They give it to Nagel. They foul on Nagel.
Oh, excuse me. And they're actually going to give Asor shots. He was not in the process of shooting. Instead, he was trying to pass it up top of the key, but they apparently thought that maybe that could have been a shot. So Zor hits his first free throw. 60-63. Harrisburg leads, 3:42 to play in this fourth quarter. Zor readies with a couple shots and hits his second as well. Make that 64-60 Harrisburg. Michael Stotts crossing half court on the right side. Dribbles between his legs and then will dribble up top. Stotts kicks it over left wing to Struck. Struck looking inside, goes right, reverses, picks up his dribble, pivoting on his left foot, hands it off to Zwargman. He steps in, jumper up, good! The Knights are within 3:20 to play in the fourth quarter.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Here's Chase Altenberg, right wing for Harrisburg. Looking inside, throws it right corner to Van Hollen. Van Hollen up top to Hoyt. Hoyt shakes off Struck, but Struck recovers. Hoyt kicks it over left wing to Fuller. Fuller then over left corner to Altenberg. Altenberg drives inside, flips it out to Hoyt, top of the key. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Altenberg gets it right wing. Altenberg looking inside. 8 seconds now. Altenberg begins to dribble. Fires off the long three over Zwargman. No good. And it sails out of bounds. Last touch. No, they're going to say last touch by O'Gorman.
Yeah, he was pointing to Zwargman.
Yep. Jumping into his own bench for the ball was Brooks Fuller, who looked like he was the last one to touch the ball, but Zwargman just got a fingertip on it before falling out of bounds. And Harrisburg wants to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 62-64, Knights trail by 2 with 2:47 to play in this fourth quarter.
Boy, both crowds are fired up, aren't they?
A lot of energy here at O'Gorman High School. Yeah, I mean, Harrisburg, a fantastic showing. Almost as many students, I would say, as O'Gorman. That's just what you expect from such a good community like out in Harrisburg. But it makes for an interesting environment because there's always something happening and creates a lot of energy for the players.
So here we are, 2:47. Harrisburg has 4 timeouts left. O'Gorman has 3. So that's going to, I'm sure that's going to come down here because it's close game like that. You need your timeouts, and it's going to get interesting when they get caught in the defense.
Oh, and look at the foul situation. Harrisburg 6 fouls. OG with 5. 1 more for Harrisburg. We'll give OG the bonus. 2 more, obviously.
That's our favorite.
For Harrisburg, the bonus. So it could whittle down to free throws by the end of this game, folks. We'll just kind of see what unfolds the rest of the 2:47 left in the fourth. Harrisburg to inbound in front of their own bench. Here's Van Hollen, flips it all the way up top, tipped by Stotts, going toward us, but recovering it is Brooks Fuller on the far baseline. Fuller breaks past Wagaman, but Wagaman's going to be called for a shoulder.
And who's not happy? Fuller.
Fuller not happy at all. He went up for the basket and almost looked like he flailed his arms in a rage. Not happy that he was fouled, but I tell you what, buddy, it's better than...
the referee has got to calm him down. So
yeah, it's better than drawing a foul
emotional out there for both sides.
Absolutely. All right, so all that being said, both teams with 6 fouls, and Harrisburg will inbound. Here's Hoyt's left corner. Hoyt looks inside, guarded by Stotts, flips it over top, down low to Zor. Nice move to the basket for 2. Just kind of turned around, put the ball over the head of Canyon Bauer, and just flipped it up there. 62-66. Harrisburg, Norton, left corner, kicks it up top to Stotts. Stotts dribbles right lane, throws it down low to Nagel, though. Nagel up top to Zwagaman. Zwagaman, jumper over Van Hollen, no good. And rebound by Ace Zor, just barely out jumping Canyon Bauer.
He had position.
Nick Hoyt crossing half court, slowing the pace a little bit here with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Top of the key, Van Hollen. Van Hollen looking right wing, and will rotate out with Hoyt. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Knights trail 62-66, and Harrisburg wants to take a timeout. It looks like they couldn't quite get their offense pieced together. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They also offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached at 605-334-1653.
$1.50 left to play here in the fourth quarter at O'Gorman High School. Knights trail 62-66. And by the way, if you're enjoying tonight's game, remember that Lamb Catholic Radio is 100% donor supported. It's through your generosity of this ministry that we can bring you these O'Gorman athletic events, but also the regular, everyday, and local national programming that you enjoy so much. So won't you please consider making a secure, tax-deductible gift by going to lambradio.com. Your support ensures that we remain on the air and continue to bring people to Christ and Christ to his people.
I think we're only, about 2,000, a little over 2 from the goal.
That's right. We had a generous donor that was willing to match $20,000 of $20,000 that we could raise by the end of January. 2,500 is what we have left before we reach that mark.
And that's Wednesday night, folks.
So if you feel so inclined, please make that donation to have it matched dollar for dollar for the end of January. Jumper from Van Hollen, top of the key, no good, and rebounded by Ace Zor down low.
New shot clock. That's big here when you got a 4-point lead.
Nick Hoyt at the top of the key for Harrisburg. Kick it to Van Hollen, left wing, who holds the ball under his left arm. Drives inside, floater from the front of the basket, no good. And the ball's going to roll out of bounds. Canyon Bauer gets clobbered, almost tackled out of bounds by Chase Altenberg, but they're just going to call that out of bounds. And Canyon Bauer getting up, clapping, excited. I love the fire of that young man. Very nice young man. We got to talk to him while he was injured during football season.
Yep.
Very positive individual.
It's down by 4 with $1:24 to go here. Come on, gentlemen.
Michael Stotts crossing half court, right down the middle of the floor. Goes left and then goes right, drives the lane, and a foul called on the ground. Yeah, that's going to be on Nick Hoyt. He knew it.
Did you see that? He knew that all the way he was going to do it. He just kind of dropped his shoulder and went, so he's going to the line.
Yeah, Michael Stotts was not intending to maybe make that basket because he just kind of tucked the ball under his arm and charged in, yeah. So Michael Stotts at the line for the 4th time tonight. Takes a couple dribbles, shots up.
Get in there.
No. off the front and the side of the rim, falls out.
We need these.
Before that, shot Stotts was shooting a clean 50%. I can't do the math off the top of my head, so we'll leave it at that.
If you can, I'm sure not even going to try.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that. Stotts' second shot, no good. And it seems like every player on the floor tipped the ball, but Canyon Bauer is able to come away with it. Bauer kicks it over to Zwargman, left corner. Zwargman bounce pass baseline to Bauer. And a timeout called by OG, full timeout. Head coach, short timeout, Derek Roby changed his mind there. 1:05 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights trail 62-66, but have the bonus from Harrisburg fouls.
So here we have, down by 4. They're going to go for a 3 here to get with 1, I would think. But they have to, have to make sure it's a good shot. I mean, they have to execute on this. The minute 5, if not here, it's going to go down, and we got a foul to give them, but still.
And really, this is a 2-possession game. I mean, in every sense of the word, because if O'Gorman can put up a 2-pointer even, very quickly here, Harrisburg still needs to go to the other side of the floor and do something. The defense can prevent that. That gives O'Gorman plenty of time to put in 2 more points and tie up the ball game.
But we got 1 more foul to give them to get to the charity stripe, so we don't want to do that, but we need to execute here.
The 25 seconds on the shot clock, $1.05 left to play in this fourth quarter. Knights trail by 4. Zwargman will inbound in front of his own bench to Stotts. Stotts taking a bit of time at the top. Moves right, throws it to Zwargman inside. Zwargman reverses his dribble, throws it up for 2. It bounces off the front of the rim and falls in. 50 seconds on the clock here in the fourth quarter, and the Knights with a full court press. Here's the inbound to Hoyt. Harrisburg trying to get OG to foul, but the Knights are not going to do it. Hoyt crosses half court. About a 10-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. 35 seconds now in the fourth. Top of the key to Zor, over left wing to Hoyt. He drives, left-handed layup, no good, but put back by Zor is good. But the Tigers on the floor, 22 seconds to play in this fourth quarter.
Still a 4-point game.
Knights inbound. Here's Stotts, top of the key, drives inside and picks up the foul. He puts the shot in, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor, no good on the shot, and that's going to be on Nick Hoyt. His third of the game, 18th foul for Harrisburg.
They didn't give it to him. It went in. It went in. They didn't give it to him. I can't believe that.
Harrisburg players,
it was in motion.
Their case.
It was progression. It was in motion.
Right.
Roby can't believe that.
So Stotts will be at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Knights trail by 4, 16.3 seconds exactly left in this fourth quarter. Stotts, 3 dribbles, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up and misses his first, rebounded by Zor. The Knights foul immediately. We'll move to the other side of the floor as the Tigers pick up the bonus off of the Knights' 7th team foul this half. And it'll be Ace Zor shooting free throws.
So here comes the offense back in there. Struck's back in. Norton, Nagel, Struck, Wagerman, Stotts. The final 14.6 seconds to go here.
Zor, 58% free throw shooter. First shot up off his mark, rebounded by Nagel. Nagel with 12 seconds finds Norton down the floor. Norton to the basket, right-handed layup, no problem. Great move there by Zach Norton with under 9 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Knights are within 2.
Heads up ball right away. Roby's howling timeout. So he's got 2 left here, but great heads up play there. You see Struck was calling for the ball for the 3, but Isaac, I'm getting mixed up. Zach saw the lane right there, and he went right up for the layup. So
and it looked like Harrisburg just kind of called off any defense in the lane because it was wide open.
Well, they didn't want to let him foul him and get a 3-pointer. I mean, so of course, I'm sure that heads up move by the Harrisburg team. You'll let him go up and score 2 points. 3 is going to take with 1. Now he's got a 2-point. So you always, that's where a lot of teams really got to look at that in a situation. Do you foul? Do you not? Well, there you don't.
Right. So the Knights need 2, and they need a steal. I mean, they just have to get a steal. A foul, I mean, an immediate foul would actually send Harrisburg to the other side of the floor, and gives them a chance to extend the lead to 4. And really, Rich Olesnik.
So how much time to get in here? How much pressure we put on here? So they go down and they get the 1-and-1. They miss it. We come back with like 6 seconds. We got an opportunity to win this puppy.
Absolutely. all relies on a few other things, and it's kind of an if and or if then situation. A lot of different things could happen, couldn't happen.
Okay, not much pressure here.
Things need to align for OG here. Trailing by 2, 8.8 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Full court, man press from OG. Harrisburg's able to inbound to Brooks Fuller, and Fuller will be fouled. He'll go to line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Took 1 second, 7.8. So Fuller tonight hasn't been the line.
He's about a 62% free throw shooter.
Okay.
Not that I'm trying to be exact or anything.
So if he misses this, we get the rebound. Listen to the crowd, folks.
Brooks Fuller, first shot up and good.
Now this is critical. Let's take it within 4.
One more completion for Fuller will basically put the game out of reach for OG. Misses this, the Knights stay in it, but need a 3. Fuller, second shot up, no good, rebounded by Zwargman. Zwargman finds Norton down low, kicks it out to Struck, left wing, he pops up the 3, got it! Oh my gosh, yes, the buzzer! Overtime! Nick Struck ties it up at 69!
Yes, baby! Oh, Michael, yes!
We get some free extra basketball here tonight, folks.
You see, he was going for the ball. Norton come down easy, could have got 2. Struck went back for the 3, and it was all golden, folks.
And a great job by Isaac Struck to make sure his feet were past that line. You saw him double check that and fire off the 3 just in time. Oh my goodness. It's like what you see in movies, folks, except the stakes are a little not as high.
Here you have it. I mean, what did that just do to Harrisburg? I mean, it took the wind out of their sail. When they come down like that, you're kind of leading by 4 here. They're by 4 with 8, 9 seconds, and all of a sudden, here you are. It's overtime. I mean, how critical is your free throw? That just tells you how critical your free throws are.
So 4 minutes is put on the board as we head into period 5. Here at O'Gorman High School, all tied up at 69. Each team will be awarded 1 additional timeout for this overtime period. So the way it stands right now, the Knights only have 1, but Harrisburg has 3. Both teams with 8 team fouls. So both teams getting a bonus as we head into extra innings.
Say, you got Nagel, Norton, Zwagerman, Stotts, and Struck in for the Knights.
Jumping for OG, Jaron Zwagerman, and jumping for Harrisburg is Ace Zor. Zwagerman won the tip to start off the game. See if he can do it again. Knights will be moving from my left to my right. Harrisburg from my right to my left as things were in the second half. Officials are still getting some things worked out to make sure the semantics are taken care of before we start this overtime period. Still waiting?
We're talking about the scorekeeper, something they don't agree with everything, so I'm not sure exactly what.
There's the whistle, and we're ready for the jump. The ball's up, tipped away, looked like Zor got a hand on it, but the Knights will come away with it. Stotts crossing half court, finds Struck right wing. Struck throws it up top to Norton. Norton over left wing to uncontested Stotts. No shot though, throws it up top to Norton. Norton looks inside, throws it to Stotts left wing, then inside to Nagel. Nagel no shot, throws it up to Stotts, slips out of his hands, but he recovers. Stotts over to Nagel right wing, and then over right corner to Struck. Struck inside to Stotts. Stotts out to Norton left wing. He pops off a 3, no good. Touches every side of the rim and rolls out. Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds though by Isaac Struck. You love the sportsmanship down there as Chase Altenberg helps up Isaac Struck.
That's what you like about both these teams. Very class act on both teams.
Absolutely.
Harrisburg's good. They're class act.
Good composure by both teams too throughout the game, especially with the high fluidity that everybody's feeling here. I think tonight.
Very intense. Like I said earlier, these guys know each other.
Brady Van Hollen will get the inbound to start things off here in period 5 for Harrisburg. They'll kick it over right wing, then back up top, this time to Ace Zor. Zor over left wing to, that is Walter. Walter bounce pass it inside, and a foul called as Zach Nagel reached in over, looked like that's Brooke Fuller. No, check that, that's Ace Zor. That'll be Nagel's 3rd foul of the game, 9th team foul for OG, so Ace Zor will step up line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Nagel's played one heck of a ball game here tonight.
Nagel, 7 points only on the night. Certainly not the leading scorer, but he's just created a presence down low, created some space to open up down low for O'Gorman. First shot by Zor is good. He'll get another.
Well, like I've said, that offense, you put some points up is good, but you got to play defense,
right,
to win ball games, and that's what Nagel's been doing tonight.
Zor ready for his second shot. Bent the knee, flick the wrist, up and nothing but net. Harrisburg takes the lead here in overtime, 71-69, 3:15 on the clock in OT1. Stotts crossing half court on the right side for OG, moves to the top of the key, throws it left wing to Struck. Struck looking inside, throws it to Norton on the right wing, Norton back over to Struck. Struck inside now to Nagel. Nagel to the left wing to Struck. Struck looking inside, great defense being played by Harrisburg. OG can't really move in. Here's Stotts, drives in and puts in the layup over Ace Zor. Ties it back up at 71.
He's been attacking that basket the second half, hasn't he?
And that's something OG just hasn't really done except for Michael Stotts.
Stotts is the only one who's been attacking the ball.
2:38 here in overtime. And Van Hollen loses the ball, but a charge down low. Michael Stotts took the hard charge from Brooks Fuller.
Fuller don't believe that.
No, he doesn't believe it at all as he picks up his third foul of the game, 9th team foul for Harrisburg.
He didn't agree with that, but hey, Stotts was set.
Yes.
He took him.
Michael Stotts, defensive powerhouse that he is, making things happen for OG in overtime. Timeout called. O'Gorman uses their one and only timeout here in overtime. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds. 71-71. Knights tied up with Harrisburg. 2:28 to play in overtime. We'll step aside. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Fairtex Inc. is a locally owned and operated tax and bookkeeping company serving Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. We prepare tax returns for individuals and businesses and provide a range of financial services for small businesses. Fairtex Inc. is located at 1727 South Cleveland Avenue and can be reached at 605-336-1669 and online at fairtexinc.com. Member NATP and NAEA.
2:28 to play here in overtime, and we're still tied up at 21, a minute and a half into this thing. And I tell you what, Dan, this crowd is fired up. What a fantastic game between these two teams.
Oh yeah, it was, with that overtime, Struck hit that three-pointer. Here come the crowd, and here's Keener Mahoney. They're out there, boys, get the kids back off. You know what? No technicals, anything like that. Sportsmanlike. Let's stay on the bench. Let's stay on the bleachers. Everybody's pretty much kind of standing here tonight. This is a great physical game. Good contact. Good athleticism, sportsmanship by both teams.
So the Knights will inbound after their timeout, and it looks like the Knights actually were given one more timeout. They were not properly awarded their additional timeout as we started overtime. So Knights still have one, as it's shown on the board. Harrisburg with 3 timeouts. Knights inbound. Here's Nagel, left side but inside corner. He kicks it back out to Zwargman left wing. Zwargman pressured against the baseline, kicks it up top to Struck. Struck saves it before going cross half court. 10 seconds on the shot clock though. Struck to the basket. Layup, no good. Rebound by Nagel. He gets a hand on it. Stotts is wrestling away for the ball from Brooks Fuller, and they're going to call jump ball down low.
Harrisburg ball.
Brooks Fuller not liking it one bit. He was hoping for a foul.
Fuller's a very emotional player. I mean, he's in on everything.
He's kind of like the Michael Stotts. Yeah, in on everything.
Yeah.
Just a hard-nosed player.
Hard-nosed player, but he's very emotional, very passionate ball player.
Harrisburg inbounds. It goes into Brady Van Holland as he's guarded by Candy Bauer. He'll move past Bowers. He crosses half court. Almost loses his dribble, but recovers. He'll throw it left wing to Fuller. Fuller, pass back up top to Hoyt. Hoyt fakes left, goes right, throws it down low to Zor on the right block. Zor, turnaround shot in the lane is good for 2, and he draws the foul over Jaron Zwargman. No, they're going to call that on Nagel. Excuse me. That'll be Zach Nagel's 4th foul of the game. 10th team foul for OG. And Ace Zor will go to the line and try and make this a 3-point play.
Yeah, he just took it. Nagel tried to hold his ground.
Zor takes a couple dribbles, spins the ball once, puts it up, and gets it. 74-71. Harrisburg leading OG, $1.43 to play in overtime. Michael Stotts crosses half court for OG, sets up on the right wing and throws it to Struck, top the key. Back to Stotts. Stotts dribbles up, hands it off to Zwogman. Zwogman looks inside, fires the three from the right wing, no good. Rebounded by Brooks Fuller. Fuller double team, is able to outlet it to Hoyt. Throws it all the way down the floor. Right-handed layup by Van Hollen is good. 76-71, Knights couldn't match Harrisburg in transition. Stotts crosses half court, throws it to Struck, right wing. Struck up top to Norton. Norton looking inside, rotates out instead with Zwogman, who then throws it left wing to Stotts. Stotts dribbles inside, kicks it back out right wing to Norton. Norton drives inside, jumper in front of the basket, no good. Fuller is going to be fouled then on the rebound by Zach Norton. That'll be Norton's second foul of the game. And we'll be moving to the other side of the floor so that Fuller can shoot a couple free throws. The Knights not quite able to hit their shots, but Harrisburg has been able to. And Harrisburg capitalizing on some fouls as well.
That was a great move by Harrisburg. They have Van Hollen down there, down court, and they just baseball pass and easy for two.
First shot by Fuller is up off the front of the rim, no good. Okoye checks into the game for Zach Nagel. Again, Nagel with 4 fouls. Fuller readies his second. Second shot up and good. 77-71, Knights trail. 1:03 to play in this fifth quarter period. Overtime number 1. Struck 3 from the top, off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Zor. Zor tries to get it away. Knights need the foul, and yes, Zwogman's going to get all over Brady Van Hollen.
Van Hollen to go to the line here.
Van Hollen, one of the most accurate free throw shooters on this squad. Second time at the line tonight. He's 2 for 2.
Put it up by 8 here if he pops these 2.
Van Hollen puts up his first. Ooh, a rare miss by Van Hollen as it rotates out from the front to the right and out the back.
For 7, if we can get this one by 7, this kind of changes a few things.
Van Hollen's second shot up and good. 78-71, under a minute to play in overtime. O'Gorman trailing. Stotts drives the lane, kicks it out to Struck, left corner. He drives, right-handed layup, flipped up, no good, but draws the foul on the shot. That'll be on Ace Zor, his 4th of the game, and the 10th team foul for Harrisburg. I'll check that. They're going to say it's only his 3rd. My apologies. Struck to 2. First shot up. Off the back iron, no good.
We need to make those.
Checking in for OG is Riley Caton. Checking out is Michael Stotts. Kanan Bauer also set to check in once Struck's done shooting free throws. Second shot for Struck, up. Good. Struck steps out. Bowers checks in. Knights trail by 6, 41 seconds to play in overtime. Van Hollen to inbound. Canyon Bauer gets a hand on as Nick Hoyt picks it up. They're going to call foul on Canyon Bauer. So Nick Hoyt will go to the other side of the floor to shoot 2 free throws. That's Canyon Bauer's first foul of the game.
So you got Stotts and Struck going to come back in at the next. I like how Roby does that offense and defense back and forth.
Almost hockey style, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nick Hoyt hits his first.
7 points.
Riley Caton will take a seat. Michael Stotts will come in. Nick Hoyt readies his second. It's up and good. Knights will inbound. Stotts to run point. Moves over to the right wing, hands it off to Struck. Struck pump fakes, steps to his left, fires the 3, no good. Tipped away and Struck gets the rebound. Struck over to Zwogman for 3, up, way off his mark, no good. It goes on the baseline. And Fuller wrestles with Struck. And they're going to say his last touch by Isaac Struck in the baseline. Isaac Struck pleads his case to no avail, and Harrisburg will get the ball with 25 and a half seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Knights trail by 8. Check that, in overtime. I keep saying fourth quarter. They still have fourth quarter on the board. Van Hollen to inbound for Harrisburg. He's looking wide, but instead throws it down to Fuller down low. Cannon Bauer puts a hand to Fuller's face, and Fuller not pleased with that, but he's going to be fouled, obviously. Cannon Bauer picks up his second, and Fuller will shoot free throws.
Fuller goes to the line. This has been a fun game.
It's been a great game. Both teams showing up, playing some great basketball, and ultimately it looks like Harrisburg is going to be the one to prevail. But for the Knights, nothing to hang their heads about. They played a great game, struggled at times, but so did Harrisburg.
You kind of feel like it's like a regional championship here.
Yes.
That, to me,
Fuller, first shot up, no good.
Because you got a lot of emotions on both sides of the court here.
Absolutely. The fans showed it. The players showed it. The coaches showed it. It's just been a great matchup. Fuller, second shot, up. Good. Just under 25 seconds to play. Knights trail by 9. Stotts crosses half court on the sprint. Throws it Struck left wing. He pops up a three. No good off the front of the rim. And rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt is able to pop it away to Van Hollen. Uncontested under the basket. Left-handed layup to extend the Tigers' lead to 11. 10 seconds to play. And the Knights will run this one out. Stotts, top of the key, loses the ball, picked up by Hoyt. And that will be your ball game. After 5 tough-fought quarters, periods, I suppose, by both teams. It's the Harrisburg Tigers that defeats the O'Gorman Knights and snap their 2-game losing streak. 83-72, the Harrisburg victory. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have your Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. We'll break down what we saw in this game and look ahead to what's next for the O'Gorman Knights. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. They're located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
For 28 years, the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota has been helping donors express their gratitude to God for His many blessings by supporting ministries they designate, including Lamb Catholic Radio. Hi, this is Mark Enzemius with the Catholic Community Foundation. Learn more about how you can leave a legacy of faith by calling 605-988-3788 or visit cfesd.org. The Catholic Community Foundation, raising, managing, and distributing God's gifts to donor-directed ministries since 1987.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a 5th grader at St. Thomas School in Madison. I like St. Thomas School because it helps us increase our knowledge in being good Christians and to follow Jesus. The teachers here are also very fun.
There are danger signs that indicate pressure and tension on delicate, sensitive nerves due to spinal misalignment, such as headaches, back pain, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, and joint pain in general. Dr. Mark Hagan is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch. Call me at 361-OUCH.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show, brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Now, back to the gym with Brett Byler and Dan Johnson.
Welcome into the Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. The O'Gorman Knights fall to the Harrisburg Tigers 83-72 in overtime. And what else can you say about the game, Dan? It was a hard-fought game. Both teams played extremely hard, but ultimately it was Harrisburg with the upper hand.
Well, they won by 9 there, but it's like it didn't. That doesn't reflect on the score. Doesn't reflect on the game whatsoever. I mean, it was like we said, it was going to be back and forth, and that's exactly what happened.
In fact, O'Gorman led for the entire first half. Almost the entire first half. Harrisburg took the lead just toward the end, just before halftime there. Right. And then it was basically all Harrisburg throughout the third and fourth quarter before the Knights were able to come back, almost take the lead, but then Isaac Struck was able to nail the three